Their series in 4 games. Kitchener taking on the Sioux, Windsor taking on Flint. Both those matchups getting underway tomorrow, which means we're alone in the OHL. Only game here tonight between the Barrie Colts and the Ottawa 67's. And looking at the matchup during the season between Barrie and Ottawa, two teams on a collision course for a meeting in round 2. This was round number 1. Ben Wilmot stealing the show for the Barrie Colts, forcing a turnover here, finding the back of the net to give the Barrie Colts the win in game number 3. This was game number 4. Wilmot finished off game number 3. He kicked off game number 4 with a big goal to make it 1-0. Colts would go on to win this game by a score of 9-6, and Wilmot wasn't done yet, getting a power play assist here to make the game 6-1 for the Barrie Colts. Looking at Barrie and Ottawa this season, here are the regular season matchups. Neither team able to win a home game. Ottawa took the games at the Sadlon Arena 2-1 and then 3-2 in overtime. Barrie, Ottawa on December 5th, a 4-1 win for the Barrie Colts. And what was the turning point of the Barrie Colts season? Gene Pereira will talk more about that later. The February 16th matchup, the Colts with 3 power play goals in the third period, part of power play dominance for the Barrie Colts throughout the regular season against the Ottawa 67's. For Barrie in Ottawa, they went 5 for 9 on the power play on the road. We'll see if they can carry over that success. Dylan Smoskowitz told me pregame it's more of the same on the power play for Barrie. That was 3rd best in the OHL in the regular season. It's going to be tough to get goals in this series when it comes down to Ben Harebic and Ryder Fedorov. Looking back on these two goaltender seasons, what a year for both of them. Ryder Fedorov leading the OHL in save percentage at .923, and Barrie Colts fans were introduced to him all the way back on October 5th. Fedorov, an amazing performance at the Sadlon Arena. Plenty of huge saves. He did it again in the most recent meeting between the Colts and the 67's, leading Ottawa to a 2nd win against Barrie. Look at that save by Ben Harebic. He was absolutely phenomenal against the Ottawa Generals there, and for Harebic, a .915 save percentage against the against the Ottawa 67's this year. He had a .908 save percentage in round number 1 against the Niagara Ice Dogs. For Fedorov, a .923 save percentage in the regular season. He followed it up with an .896 save percentage in round number 1. Maybe a bit of nerves in his first OHL playoffs, similar to Ben Harebic last season. We'll see if he can turn the tides here in round number 2. Expect these two goalies to go back and forth throughout this series, potentially stealing the show. Looking at the lineups on both sides, the Barrie Colts and the Ottawa 67's pretty much fully healthy. None of the stars out of the lineup, which sets us up for a huge game number 1 here. Barrie looking to take control, Ottawa looking to take home ice from the Colts. It's game number 1 from the Sadlon Arena, and it's next as we send it off to the public address announcer. Then it's Mike Poirier and Gene Pereira with the call.
In starting. Ladies and gentlemen, we now ask you to please rise if you're able, remove your hats, and welcome back from the first round of the playoffs to sing tonight's national anthem, 9-year-old Madison Ward.
Welcome to the Sadlin Arena as we get ready for the Game 1 of the second round matchup between the hometown Barrie Colts and the visiting Ottawa 67's. Two very evenly matched teams going head-to-head here, so let's dive into it and take a look at our starting goaltenders.
Well, let's start with the visiting Ottawa 67's Ryan Fedorov, the 6-foot, 186-pound Pennsylvania native, making his fifth start of the playoffs. 4-0 record, 2.50 goals against average, .896 save percentage. His last start came in that 3-2 series clinching win over Kingston, where he stopped 20 of 22 shots. And at the other end, getting the start for the Barrie Colts veteran Ben Rebic, the 6'3", 204-pound Milton native. He's making his fifth start of the playoffs, a 4-0 record, 2.25 goals against average, .908 save percentage. His last start stopped all 29 shots in that 5-0 shutout win that clinched the series against Niagara here last Saturday.
Our referees tonight, Scott Ferguson and Hayden Verbeek. And on the lines, Gage Argue and Dustin McCrank, as we are ready to go here for the second round of the 2026 OHL Playoffs. The Barrie Colts and Ottawa 67's, two teams that look like they were on a collision course to meet. And here they are, and we are underway. Face-off won by Ottawa. That's going to be set ahead. It's deflected, so no icing. Puck rolls to the Colts net. Aitchison there to play it, sends it ahead for Mason Zabeski. That pass is deflected, goes cross-ice. Deach takes a bump there from Hemming. Puck sent deep into the Barrie zone. Aitchison, he's going to come back to pick it up here for the Barrie Colts. He's being pursued by Zach Hubin. That along the boards. Colts move it forward. Zabeski up to Cole Baudouin. Baudouin enters the zone, up to Hemming. Hemming to Zabeski. Shot scores! Mason Zabeski opens the scoring in the second round as it's 1-0 for the Barrie Colts.
What a big start here for the Barrie Colts. Quick, just 33 seconds in, and it's Zabeski, acquired from the Brampton Steelheads, the big forward. On a nice setup there by Emil Hemming. Go to the net, good things happen, and Zabeski, Bowden's just going to get it down low to Hemming, the tap across, and no chance for Fedorov on this one with Zabeski putting it up over the blocker. And the Barrie Colts open this series just 33 seconds. They get the first goal of the series.
What a hot start here for the Barrie Colts as Mason Zabeski getting his second goal of the postseason. Ottawa can't get it out of the zone. It's Calvin Crombie, takes the hit low, drops it back to Schneid, stopped by Fedorov, and that's going to be covered up by the Ottawa goaltender. And now we get some extracurriculars after the whistle as these two teams get reacquainted.
Let's take a look at the keys to victory, brought to you by Adams Funeral Home. Again, that's structured hockey. The 67's are at their best when they play it. Take care of the things defensively. Everything out will just be fine. He gave up his 3 goals against Barrie in the 2 games here during the regular season. And again, stay out of the box. That third-ranked Barrie power play. They've been really good during the season, just as good in the playoffs. 5 for 9 against Barrie in Ottawa. Best way to deal with that is stay out of the box.
So no penalties out of the post-whistle scrum as we get the face-off to the left of Fedorov, and the 67's will move it ahead. That's going to go down the ice off the end boards. Hrebic caught it, but they get a quick whistle here, and we'll get another face-off.
Now let's look at the Colts keys to victory, brought to you by Adams Funeral Home. Again, take advantage of that man advantage. And we talked about that Colts power play all season, ranked 3rd. Really good in that series win over Niagara. Got to keep it going here against Ottawa. And again, play to your identity. That means strong, physical Barrie Colts hockey that really made it tough for Colts opponents to play against. Dylan Smoskowitz, I think that starts with the focus and the energy being on us.
Colts are able to get this one out to the neutral zone. Morelli after it. He's going to dump it in. Hrebic has that one get by him. Puck's in the corner. Colts pick it up. Here's Cole Baudouin. He's going to go for a skate through the neutral zone, flips it into the Ottawa zone. Morelli back to pick it up. He'll leave it there in the corner. 67's regain possession. Picking up on the far side is Nick Whitehead. Morelli at the blue line, chips it ahead. McHugh couldn't get a stick on it there. Here's Zabeski, sends it back between the legs of Von Richter. Nick Sema putting on the pressure. Colts get it out to center. Joe Salandra will dump it in. It's going to go wide of the net. Salandra after it, trying to beat Andre Rommel to the puck. Salandra sends it back to Von Richter. To the net, deflected, and Fedorov got a piece of it. Puck's behind the net. Ben Wilmot, he's knocked down by Cooper Foster. Rummel there to pick it up, fans on it. Colts send it to the net. That's turned aside by Fedorov. Puck will come out to the neutral zone. Back to play it is Parker Von Richter. Von Richter sends it ahead, hands her across, finds Ben Wilmot. Wilmot skates it in, gives it up to Gardner. Brad Gardner, he'll send it along the boards. Down low is Wilmot. Wilmot facing some pressure there from Rummel. Puck goes behind the net. And we got a delayed call here as Calvin Crombie is going to be called on the hook. As Ishkok was tripped up to the net. Stopped by Hrebeck. Puck's loose. Colts will touch it up. Now we'll get the call as it's going to be a hook against Calvin Crombie.
Crombie doesn't like it. The Colts chance to add to the lead, and going to come on a deflection here in front as Wilmot trying to get a piece of that, and after you follow it up, and Crombie just gets the stick caught up underneath Ishkok, and that's going to draw the call. And the Ottawa 67's are going to have the first power play of this series, trailing 1-0.
The Ottawa 67's have the fourth best power play coming out of the opening round of the playoffs, 41.7%, while the penalty kill for Barrie, 11th after the opening round at 71.4%. That was an area where Niagara was able to capitalize on some of the undisciplined play from the Barrie Colts in the opening round. But we'll see what happens on this first man advantage as Ottawa tries to get back into this hockey game. Colts will move it around. Hemming gets this one out to center ice. Ishkok is there to pick it up. Going to Ishkok in his own zone. He's going to take his time. Looks at his options, sends it across. On the far side. Foster will send this one back. Ishkok to Foster. That's deflected wide of the net. Aitchison trying to get a stick on it. Beaudoin finds it, can't get it out. Good work there by Ishkok Kona Ishkok can't keep that one in. It's knocked down the ice by Beaudoin. It's going to roll behind the net, and the Colts co-captain gets to it first. Beaudoin down low. That's knocked away by Vandenberg as the 67's will try and regroup. They still have 1:14 to work with on this man advantage as Ottawa is going to make some changes. Ishkok skates this one ahead, goes to Sema. Nick Sema through the neutral zone. Hands her, trying to get a stick on it. Puck's in the corner. Gardner sends it around. Carter Lowe after the loose puck. Takes a hit there from Whitehead. Ishkok at the point. Along the boards. Leaves it for Whitehead. Across. As that one not able to connect with McHugh, and now it's going to be skated up here by Brad Gardner, shorthanded. Gardner to the net, shot, and that one misses the net. That may have gotten the post as Brad Gardner had a shorthanded breakaway. Great work there from the Colts overage forward. 33 seconds left in the penalty to Calvin Crombie. 67's will move it up. Buick's pass deflected. Hrebeck out of the net to play it. He's just going to send this one down the middle of the ice. Some good work on the penalty kill here for the Barrie Colts. Is now down to 16 seconds. Moving this one forward is Buick. Buick passes it up, near side. Morelli has that one knocked away by Aitchison. Puck goes in the air. Sema trying to play it. Picked up by the Barrie Colts. Jaden Newton's going to get it out. And that will do it for the Ottawa power play as Crombie comes back on the ice. So Ottawa 0 for 1 on the power play to start this second round series. Connor Buick, he'll pass that one up to Morelli. Morelli through the neutral zone, picks up some speed, takes a bump from Emerton, puck goes to the corner. Here's Nicholas Desiderio. Desiderio sends it ahead. Hrebeck was down, and we're going to get a goaltender interference penalty now against the Ottawa 67's. It's going to be Shan Kingwell heading off.
Tanner Hrebeck was kind of flipping the soldiers, showing that there was a bump there in the interference. And watch this opportunity here by Brad Gardner. Poke away the defenseman, steals it, leads to a great opportunity in the breakaway. And just a little bit too much mustard on that one. Puts it up and over the post there. And there's Kingwell and Hrebeck. And it looked like it was actually a Hrebeck that kind of stepped into him. But it's going to be a goalie interference call. And the Colts are their first power play of this game.
And Barrie right now the second best power play in the playoffs, coming in at 56.2%. But for Ottawa, a pretty good penalty kill. It's third best right now at 88.2% here in the postseason. Face-off won by Ottawa. Rummel gets it behind the net. Carter Lowe putting on the pressure. Rummel trying to stay with it. Beaudoin's there trying to knock it free. That's going to go to the corner, and the 67's are going to get it out. That's going to go wide of the net, and Hrebek's going to leave it there for his defense because Cole Emerton comes back. Emerton dropping it back to Beaudoin. Beaudoin at center. Vandenberg got in the way of that pass attempt. Hemming will collect it. Emil Hemming sends it across. One-timer scores! Kayshawn Aitchison. A great setup from Emil Hemming. And the Barrie Colts, they're now up 2-0.
Well, that puck was not on Aitchison's stick for a split second. And man, I mean, Beaudoin almost had that puck turned over at center ice. And Kayshawn Aitchison finds his normal spot, normal office spot there by the face-off down. Watch Hemming just nice right on the tape. And that quick shot. Hemming's just going to get away with this immediately, and that somehow beats Fedorov. And the Barrie Colts off to a fast start here in game one.
That's now 2 great setups from Emil Hemming. He set up the opening goal for Mason Zabeski 33 seconds into the hockey game, and now sets up Kayshawn Aitchison, who has his second of the playoffs. And the Barrie Colts are now 1-for-1 on the man advantage. As McHugh and Desiderio bumping before the puck was dropped. As Eliasson going after McHugh behind the play. Ottawa with it deep in their own zone. Moving it ahead is Deach. Deach will pass that one forward. It's knocked into the Barrie zone. Eliasson back to play it. Sends it around. McCormick leans into Spitznagel as the 67's move it back to the point. Deach takes the shots, and Hrebek the save as Spitznagel getting under the skin here of Gabriel Eliasson as these two meet. And this is going to be a couple of penalties, or at least one, as Gabriel Eliasson threw a punch at Spitznagel. And I believe Ottawa may be going on the power play.
And both these teams faced each other 4 times during the regular season, and it looks like right now Eliasson is going to get the gate. Again, the battle, there's the cross check in front, and then battle watches. A lot of pushing and shoving after the whistle here. Eliasson gets wrapped up with his man and will draw the lone penalty out of that. The Ottawa 67's, who didn't do much on their first power play this game, will have a second opportunity here to get on the board.
The best chance on that Ottawa power play was the shorthanded breakaway for Brad Gardner. As Ottawa looking to respond to get back into this hockey game as they're down 2 goals early on in this one. Colts trying to move it around, kept in by Kuda. Puck goes to the corner. Von Richter sends it over to Aitchison. Aitchison sends it ahead. Whitehead blocked the clearing attempt, but the second time will get out to center. Kuda comes up with it. He's going to dump it in. Around the boards it goes. Gardner gets a stick on it, sends it back to Von Richter. And the Colts defense will just get this one down the ice. Shkokigan from his own blue line. His pass off the stick of Brad Gardner. This forces Ottawa back again. Shkokigan in front of his own net. He'll move this one up the middle. Kuda sends it back, but that pass doesn't connect, and now the 67's have to regroup again. 1:15 remaining in the penalty to Gabriel Eliasson. That's going to be sent ahead. Whitehead on the wing. Puck rolls to the corner. Ottawa after it. Here's Cooper Foster. He'll send it back to the point. Shkokigan keeps it in. Sends it forward to Kuda. Kuda back to Shkokigan, across to Whitehead. Nick Whitehead, his pass blocked by Beaudoin. Puck goes to the corner. Beaudoin's going to take it, passing it up to Hemming, and he's just going to get it down the length of the ice. Some good work by the penalty kill unit here for the Barrie Colts as the power play now down to 43 seconds. Ottawa changing the power play unit as Connor Buick will move it up. He'll pass it ahead. Here's Nick Sema through the neutral zone, sends it across. Far side shot stopped by Hrebek. Firing that one was Teddy Spitznagel. Puck comes to the near side. Morelli back to Buick. Far side. 67's move it. Back to the line. Morelli, and that one-timer goes wide of the net. Picking it up here is Ekberg. At the point for Buick. Back to Ekberg. Near side Morelli. One-timer. That's blocked by Hanser. Justin Hanser gets a stick on it. He's going to clear it out. Power play now down to 4 seconds after some great looks there from Frankie Morelli, but just couldn't connect on his one-timers. Puck's in the neutral zone. Ekberg's going to dump this one in. Hrebek out of his net to play it. Aitchison ahead for Wilmot. Wilmot sends it across. Good stick work there, Morelli. Colts send it deep. Fedorov behind his net to play it. Sends this one around. Morelli. That pass blocked by Wilmot. Ekberg with it. Fedorov lost his stick. It's at the far side. Colts trying to move it around. In the corner, picked up by Morelli. Morelli sends this over to Caleb Deach. Deach hits this one out and down the ice. Deflected, no icing. Fedorov staying in his net while his stick is in the corner. Colts trying to get it out. Knocked down by Salandra. And that's going to go down the length of the ice. And an icing call now against the Barrie Colts, who have a 2-0 lead. We're going to take a break. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
The Ontario Hockey League invites you to join the OHL Playoffs Fan Precision Challenge, powered by Anthem FX and presented by Nissan, where fans make team predictions, compete with other fans, and enjoy the game like never before. Visit OHLAnthemFX.io to join the fun and claim rewards.
For 25 years, you've been helping to make our roads safer by doing the right thing. You've been the designated driver, you've stayed over, called home, you've called a cab or a friend, and planned ahead. Let's keep doing the right thing. Support sober driving by getting yourself and your friends home safely.
Do the right thing.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back. Cole Bodo and Brad Gardner, lots of connections to the Ottawa 67's, but no connection may be more interesting than Gabriel Eliasson, the Ottawa Senators draft pick, who 67's fans have mixed opinions of after Eliasson started a full line brawl in their teddy bear toss game last season. The incident led to 54 penalty minutes and 6 misconducts. There were already kids out on the ice trying to collect the teddy bears as the two teams went at it in a full-on teddy bear tussle. Mike?
Oh, the teddy bear mayhem at TD Place. That was something else to watch. And of course, Eliasson, the Ottawa Senators prospect, so...
It might be tough for Ottawa fans through this series, but trust me, you're going to love Gabriel Eliasson as an Ottawa Senator.
Oh, no doubt. And of course, he just recently signed his entry-level contract with the Ottawa Senators. So Ottawa fans are going to become quite familiar with Gabriel Eliasson over the next few years. As it's a 2-0 hockey game here at the Saddlein Arena. Bows keeps it in the zone momentarily. William Schneid's going to skate it through center. Up to Jaden Newton. Puts this one across. Desiderio puts it back behind the Ottawa net. Newton throws the hit on Rummel. 67's regained possession. Rummel goes back behind his own net. Desiderio on the forecheck. Schkock again receives the pass up to center. He's going to dump this one in. Von Richter back to pick it up here for the Barrie Colts. Sends it to the corner for Justin Hanser. Hanser flips this one out to center. Puck's rolling, picked up by Rummel. Rummel up the wing. 67's will send this one deep. Von Richter back to pick it up here for Barrie. Parker Von Richter, backhand pass. That's deflected out to center. Hanser over to Hemming. Good stick work there by Morelli. 67's have a 2-on-1 developing here. Foster's shot stopped by Hrebeck as he got a piece of it. And that's going to go out of play. I don't know if Foster realized that he had Spencer Bows with him.
An opportunity there. Hanser got caught up there looking to make it the run, and that quick transition back the other way, and that leads to a 2-on-1, and Foster rifling one over the upside. But Ottawa, 2 power plays, and much better job in that second one in the later stage of that power play, able to get a couple of good chances on the one-timers by Morelli, but 2 big penalty kills here by the Colts early and keeps the score at 2-0.
Well, Frankie Morelli definitely making his presence felt in this one as he just threw a big hit there on Emil Hemming. Puck goes to the corner. Zabeski trying to go back to Hemming. That pass doesn't connect. Evan Passmore at center. He's going to dump this one in. Around the boards it goes. Morelli on the far side. Turns it over, gave it up to Zabeski. Here's Schneid off the bench, takes the shots, and Buick got a stick in the lane. Colts moving around. Aitchison down low to Crombie in front, and that's going to go wide of the net. Fedorov's knocked down as Kayshawn Aitchison made contact. 67's are going to get it out and down the ice. Hrebeck there to play it quickly. Sends it ahead as Barrie trying to catch Ottawa on the line change. Crombie to Aitchison. Aitchison to the net. Fedorov the save. He stretches out. That's going to stay out. And we'll get a whistle. as the Barrie Colts crashing the net here, as this is going to generate a bit of a crowd.
Job there by Aitchison, getting the puck to the net here. Little drop pass. He's going to get it back. Watch Crombie go to the net. A quick shot by Aitchison, and Crombie kind of gets it lost in his skates there, but a nice job by Fedorov to get that one under control with a few blue jerseys all around him. And Ryder Fedorov was outstanding in the 2 games here, 2-1 and 3-2. There's 3 goals in the 2 games against the Barrie Colts during the regular season. One of the top goaltenders, no doubt, in the Ontario Hockey League. What a year he's had. Huge factor why this Ottawa team was so good during the season.
And right now, Fedorov, the busier of the 2 goaltenders, shot 6-3 in favor of the Barrie Colts. They win the faceoff, sending it down low. Desiderio trying to get a stick on it. He's in a battle there with Deitch. Newton behind the Ottawa net, puts it in front as that one went off Hubin. And Hubin gets it out. They got another penalty call coming. This is going against Ottawa as Jonah McCormick was taken down behind the play, and now he's having some words for the Ottawa 67's bench.
Well, Spitznagel and McCormick were wrapped up in front of the net. It looks like McCormick's going to get the gate here as well. I don't know if he said something, but they were wrapped up in front of the net. And then watch Spitznagel going to the bench there, the interference there, and he doesn't like it, but that puck nowhere around. But McCormick's going to get the gate here, and I don't know if we said something after, but look, there's the battle going back and forth in front. McCormick's going to get taken down here by Spitznagel, and that draws the initial call for interference. And then I think McCormick said something after to the official.
Well, he was saying some words to the Ottawa 67's bench as he was skating by after being taken down by Spitznagel. So unless McCormick's going to be called for unsportsmanlike here, we're going to get some 4-on-4 hockey. So that negates the potential power play there for the Barrie Colts. It's been an entertaining game 1 so far as Emerton, he's taken down by Spencer Bowes.
It's not taking long for things to heat up between these 2 teams.
Well, we were expecting a war between these 2 teams. And it has not been disappointing here in this first period of game number 1. So some 4-on-4 hockey here for the full 2 minutes. Kayshawn Aitchison has it behind his own net. Aitchison taking his time. We'll move this one forward. Aitchison up to Beaudoin. Beaudoin chips it ahead to Emerton. Emerton gets it in the zone. It was blocked by Foster. Cooper Foster will get it out. Hemming at center ice. Backtracking here. Sends it across to Emerton. Emerton dumps this one in. It's going to bounce into the corner. Ishkokigan's going to come back to play. It takes the hit from Emerton. Emerton took down the defenseman. Puck sent out in front. It's loose in the slot. 67's trying to move it ahead. It went off Foster. Ishkokigan will pick it up now for Ottawa. He's going to skate it up to center ice. Going Ishkokigan up the middle. And a nice glove save from Ben Horevic, who made that stop the top of the blue paint.
Well, Ben Horevic flashing the leather on that one, and what a snare as Ishkokigan's just going to walk in over the blue line. And Ben Horevic, I mean, you know, split the games here at home. But after that, the last 3 games carried the load. He was just outstanding in that, making 29 saves in that series clinching 5-0 shutout win over Niagara.
Face-off won by Ottawa. Buick gets it at the point. Gets to the half boards. Tied up there by Von Richter in front. The shot wide of the net. That was Kuda parked in front. Ekberg comes up with it here for Ottawa. Philip Ekberg comes back to the point. Hanser trying to stay on him. That's going to escape the zone. Loose puck. After it is Ben Wilmot. Wilmot takes the hit from Morelli. Body's just flying here in this first period as Parker Von Richter sends it up to Hanser. Hanser chips it forward to Brad Gardner. Gardner picks up momentum, reaches center, stays on it. Gardner enters the zone, backhand pass over to Hanser. Hanser will pick this one up. Morelli gets in his way. Picked up by Wilmot. Wilmot from the corner. passing it behind the goal, over to Hanser. Hanser's pass is deflected by Morelli, and that's going to go down the length of the ice. 2 penalized players about to come back on the ice in 15 seconds. Wilmot enters the zone. He's going to send it around. Kayshawn Aitchison gives chase. Aitchison down low in front to Wilmot. Shot misses the net. What a chance for Ben Wilmot. Aitchison gets it again here for the Colts. Penalties have expired, so back to 5-on-5 as Spitznagel and McCormick are back. Whitehead comes out from behind the net. He's going to go for a skate. Nick Whitehead reaches center, passes it up to Chitteroni on the wing, takes the shot, and Horebek's going to make the glove save, but some great passing here from the Barrie Colts.
Well, Ben Wilmot coming off that Player of the Week is going to get a great opportunity here. What a fast pass by Kayshawn Aitchison, finds him streaming to the net. Just misses the far side, but Ben Wilmot was so good in that series against Niagara. Came over from the London Knights at the trade deadline, and what an addition he has been. But the Colts certainly getting their opportunities here in this first period.
Face off to the left of Horebek. Scrambled draw. 67's will get to it. There's the shot from Bedkowski, and the puck was loose for a moment, but Horebek able to cover it up. As now we've got Hubin having some words there with Eliasson, but nothing more will come of that.
Well, that puck popped out. Ben Horebek, you can tell he's fired up. He doesn't want anybody near him. He's having some words. I mean, wow. This series has gone from like 0 to 100 degrees in the first period here.
Well, this has the potential to be a second-round classic here between Barrie and Ottawa as the puck goes across. McHugh with possession. He's going to send this one around. Spitznagel behind the Barrie net. Spitznagel sends it back to the line. Bedkowski across quickly to Deach. Takes the shot, and that's going to go wide of the net. Bedkowski keeps this one down low. Around the boards it goes. Deach off the point. He's in a battle there with Emerton. Loose puck to Newton. Eliasson comes up with it. Here's Mason Zabeski. Long stretch pass deflected. Behind the defense was Crombie. Good stick work by Deach as he took away that scoring chance, and the 67's will get it out to center ice. Hubin passing it up to McHugh. Sam McHugh knocked off stride. Loose puck picked up by Beaudoin. Beaudoin picks up momentum. Up to Crombie. Back to Beaudoin. Nice move there through center. Beaudoin still with it. Carries it in. Takes the shot. Misses that far side. And that puck's going to be deflected out of play, as it's been an entertaining one, and we're going to take a quick break. It's 2-0 Barrie. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
The Ontario Hockey League invites you to join the OHL Playoffs Fan Precision Challenge, powered by Anthem FX and presented by Nissan, where fans make team predictions, compete with other fans, and enjoy the game like never before. Visit OHLAnthemFX.io to join the fun and claim rewards.
Welcome back. Commentators have a lot of different ways they can tell players apart on the ice. Hopefully in this series, none of the commentators involved use hairstyle, because the Ottawa 67's all have dyed their hair bleach blonde, and that's a tradition that goes back 27 years when the Ottawa 67's won the Memorial Cup. They dyed their hair blonde, and now every once in a while, teams will repeat that tradition, including this season's Ottawa 67's team that even got radio commentator Kenny Walls in on the tradition. Mike?
Thank you, Josh. And yeah, we were talking to Kenny before the game, and he said his wife helped him out with his hair.
That's quite the bleach. I just wish I had hair to bleach.
Well, I'm sure you could pull it off.
A couple of them.
67's will move this one ahead. Here's Whitehead on the wing. Takes the shot, and that one deflected wide of the net. Morelli, though, he's going to keep this one down low. Passmore after it. Into the corner he goes. Can't hold on to it. Whitehead's pass blocked by Salandra. Whitehead gets it again in front, but not able to get there in time with Sema. Colts trying to get this one out. Aitchison sends it ahead. Icing is waved off. Back to play it here for Ottawa is Connor Buick. Puck's bouncing around. Morelli is going to go back behind his own goal. 5 minutes remaining here in the first period. 2-0 Barrie. 33 seconds into the game, it was Mason Zabeski who opened the scoring, and then Kayshawn Aitchison on the power play made it a 2-0 hockey game. A quick start for the Barrie Colts here in game number 1, as that's going to go down the length of the ice. Von Richter there to play it. Hrebeck lost his stick. Colts can't get it out. Kept in at the point by Hubin. Hubin trying to get a stick on it there as the battle ensues. Colts get it out to center. Ushkakagin, he's going to dump it in. Hrebeck gets his stick back. He tried to bat that one out of the air. Puck goes to the corner. Beaudoin's going to send it back to Von Richter. Parker Von Richter up the middle to Hemming. Hemming lost the handle. Beaudoin follows it up. Back to Hemming. Here's Hanser up the middle. Justin Hanser stays with it. Hanser facing pressure there from Spencer Bowes. Puck's in his skates, trying to send it ahead. Beaudoin there for the Colts, sends it back to the point. Von Richter waits, sends it across, low, off the boards, chips at the net, but Fedorov makes the save. 67's picking up. Rummel's going to send it back to Ushkakagin. Both teams complete a line change here, so Cohen Ushkakagin will take his time, leaving it there for Caleb Deitch. Deitch there to play it here for Ottawa. He's going to skate this one forward. Sends it ahead. Chitteroni got a stick on it, so no icing. Hrebeck gets it up to Crombie. Crombie backhand pass to Schneid. Schneid will dump this one in. That one's going to go off the end boards. Far corner. Schneid trying to get to it. He's tied up by Deitch. Schneid moving it along the boards. Picked up there by Kingwell. Kingwell with the backhand pass to Chitteroni. He loses it to Crombie. Crombie takes the hit. Chitteroni may have taken a high stick. Play continues. Lowe sends it up to Crombie. He'll dump it in, blocked by Kingwell. Kingwell then loses it to Crombie. Calvin Crombie carrying this one in. It was poked off his tape. Good stick work there by McHugh. Puck's at center. Kingwell will flip this one deep into the Barrie zone. Emerton back to play it. Sends it back to Eliasson. Here's Ben Wilmot. Wilmot sends this one forward to Salandra. Quickly at Gardner. He takes a hard hit from Morelli. 67's with it. Morelli in the corner, up to McHugh. McHugh, he loses it as we get some more physical play here. McHugh up to Morelli. Frankie Morelli reaches center ice. He'll skate this one in for the 67's. Takes the shot. That's going to go wide of the net. Spitznagel trying to get a stick on it. That's taken away by Wilmot. Wilmot avoids the hit from Nick Sema. Puck's at center ice. Carrying this one in. Hubin, look out as Kayshawn Aitchison with a big open ice hit. Aitchison throwing his weight around in his own zone. Spitznagel's going to send it around. Here's Hubin behind the net. Hubin, backhand pass to the point. Morelli sends it over to Buick. That's out of his reach. He stands up into Zabeski as the puck will escape the zone. Frankie Morelli sends this one forward. Buick's going to skate it back into his own zone. Here's Whitehead coming off the bench. Nick Whitehead reaches center. He's going to dump this one in on net. Hrebeck guides it to the corner. Picked up by Hanser. Hanser being pressured there by Sema. Those two diving for it. Whitehead back to the blue line. Picked up by Buick. Ushkakagin on the near side. He's going to send that one wide to the net. Puck goes behind the Barrie net. Sema is taken down. Colts trying to recover. Picked up here by Beaudoin. Beaudoin ahead, goes off Hemming. Ushkakagin keeps it in. Took a hit there from Hemming. Mason Zabeski gets this one out. He's just going to send it down ice as he's going to go off for a change. 1:18 left to go in the first period. 2-0 Barrie. Shots even at 8 apiece. Ushkakagin's pass is deflected. Picked up here by Aitchison. Aitchison passing it back to Crombie. That one goes off the glass. Colts get it out. Delayed offside against the 67's. Crombie will skate this one out. Calvin Crombie on the wing takes the hit from Ekberg, and he's going to skate it away. Here's Deitch on the near side. Flips this one down the middle. Batted out of the air by Crombie. Carter Lowe to the net. Deflected. What a save by Fedorov. Schneid at the side of the net. In front. That's banked off of the player in front. And now Fedorov able to cover it up as he just made a huge stop just a moment ago.
Yeah, we had a Kayshawn Aitchison missile launch and saw a big hit in that Niagara series. Another big one right there by Kayshawn Aitchison. And the Colts come back down the other ice. And Carter Lowe's going to spin this one. And I think it's William Schneid who got his stick on that one. And a big pad stop there by Fedorov before bringing it in. But a sequence there. But Aitchison, I mean, we saw him deal out a couple of big hits in that Niagara series. And It's like a missile, a missile launching itself across that blue line.
He's one of the better open ice hitters in the Ontario Hockey League. And another example of that as he caught Hubin coming into the zone. Down to 40 seconds left to go here in the first period. Bedkowski will send this one around. Deach trying to get it out. Foster knocks it down ice. Von Richter ahead for Aitchison. Crombie drops it back to Lowe. Lowe trying to get around Bedkowski. He's forced to the corner. In front, but Schneid couldn't get a stick on it. Puck's going to come out to center ice. Picked up here by Aitchison. 20 seconds. He turned it over. Gave it right to Bowes. Here's a chance up the middle. Ekberg blocked by Von Richter. Carter Lowe comes up with it for the Colts. Reaches center. He's going to send it on net. Fedorov with the glove save. 7 seconds remaining. Deach with that long stretch pass. And that's going to be an icing call against Ottawa.
This first period, Barrie has certainly had a ton of opportunities here to already with a 2-0 lead and got some quality chances. Fedorov shots now 11-8 for Barrie, but it's been a physical one to start it. Colts, a couple of good chances here late.
Everybody loading in front of Ryder Fedorov here for this face-off. As Cooper Foster will take the draw against Cole Baudouin. 3.9 seconds left on the clock. Foster's going to be tossed out. Or he's going to be given a warning there. Face-off won by the Colts. Back to Hemming. It's bouncing. Zabeski and a nice glove save. Fedorov as he makes that save at the buzzer. Getting some words here from a few players. And no surprise, Mason Zabeski, one of them right now in the middle of it here for the Barrie Colts.
Oh, what a first period that was. And the Barrie Colts, who, for 3 straight games, got off to really fast starts to eliminate the Niagara Ice Dogs, and off to another quick one here, just a little more than 5 minutes in. Zabeski and Aitchison got the Colts on top after 20 minutes here in game 1.
So it's a 2-0 lead for the Barrie Colts. The players are going to go off for a break, and we'll take a break ourselves. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
The Ontario Hockey League invites you to join the OHL Playoffs Fan Precision Challenge, powered by Anthem FX and presented by Nissan, where fans make team predictions, compete with other fans, and enjoy the game like never before. Visit OHLAnthemFX.io to join the fun and claim rewards.
My name is Chase Nicholas. I am a Mi'kmaq hockey player. Growing up, I always remember my family talking about the Mi'kmaq as the creators of the game of hockey. In grade 7, I did research on Mi'kmaq hockey sticks as the first sticks of the NHL. I found a Mi'kmaq hockey stick made in 1917, the same year the NHL was formed. I was surprised to find out the very stick I was holding was made by my great-great-grandfather, Alexander Cope. In 1934, an elder known as Old Joe Cope wrote a letter to the Halifax Herald claiming the Mi'kmaq created hockey. I found out later that I am a direct descendant of Old Joe Cope. There was a time when Mi'kmaq children were torn from their families and not allowed to speak their language, losing their words and stories, but the stories are coming back to us. Stepping on the ice, I take pride knowing the roots of the game of hockey stem from my ancestors in the Mi'kmaq Nation.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV. Joining me now, 67's forward Nick Sema. Nick, obviously not the start you guys were looking for, but did it feel like you were able to settle in after those early 2 goals?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely settled it after those first 2 goals. Started playing our game, started getting a couple chances, and hopefully we can take that momentum in the second here.
Now for you, you're a Memorial Cup champion with the Saginaw Spirit a couple years ago. What were you able to take from that experience, bringing it into this Ottawa 67's room?
Yeah, I mean, playing in games just like this, big crowd, hostile environment against a great team, just being able to breathe and stick with it, and be able to come out here and deal with the ebbs and flows of the game and try to come out on top. So just, I guess, just staying even keel here.
Now you guys are back to the tradition of going with the blonde hair. What was your reaction when you found out that was the hair you were going to have to go with here?
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it at first, but no, I've gotten used to it and I like it. I think it shows that the guys are all bought in because everyone did it, and to do something that kind of major to our appearance here means we love each other, and we're all here for a common goal. So,
Nick, thanks for doing this. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thank you.
It's Nick Sema of the Ottawa 67's. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible.
Thank you.
Welcome back. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV. 2-0 for the Barrie Colts after a pair of quick goals to open the game. Mason Sebeski and Kayshawn Aitchison getting the Colts on the board. And while we have them on, we're going to take a closer look at this round 2 matchup between the Barrie Colts and the Ottawa 67's. Like I mentioned at the start of the show, pretty even here between these two teams. Ottawa with 2 more wins, 1 more point than the Barrie Colts this season, and that has allowed Ottawa to take advantage, that allowed Barrie, though, playing in the Central Division to get the 2 seed over the Ottawa 67's come playoff time. Looking at the leaders for the Ottawa 67's in the round number 1 matchup between the two teams. Cooper Foster leading the way as always. He led the way in the regular season points-wise, and he did it again in round number 1 for the Ottawa 67's. Jasper Kuda, 2 goals, 5 points. He had a strong round 1. Koenish Kokkonen, a guy that is a younger defender, doesn't score too many goals. Had 8 in the regular season, none in the postseason, and for the Ottawa 67's. He did a solid job. Philip Ekberg as well. Guy, not too many points in the regular season, but it's really had a strong round number one. And then Nick Sema, 3 goals, 4 points in round number one. A guy that can bring a mix of physicality, but also goal scoring. 3 goals, 19 goals in the regular season, but 75 penalty minutes as well for Sema. Looking at Barrie's round one numbers, against the Niagara Ice Dogs for Cole Baudouin, 4 goals, 7 assists for 11 points. Brad Gardner, 5 goals, 5 assists for 10 points. Gardner as well, 4 goals, 6 assists for 10 points. Then Emil Hemming as well for the Barrie Colts, a great series for him. 4 goals, 5 assists for 9 points. And then Kayshawn Aitchison, a goal, 4 assists for 5 points, and that's only playing in 3 of the games. Of course, Aitchison was suspended for the first 2 games of that series, so both sides looking pretty normal when it comes to the points, as both teams have done a pretty good job with their stars. And then Brad Gardner, of course, we got to talk about him. I mean, what a round one series for him, but for Brad Gardner against his former team in the Ottawa 67's, it was a great regular season for him. 3 goals, 2 assists for 5 points for Brad Gardner. He was a +2, of course, played for Ottawa for 3 seasons, was traded last year for some draft picks, and didn't really get too many minutes with the Barrie Colts last season, but this year he's taken over that second-line center role, and he's really developed a role there with the Barrie Colts. Now, looking at the goalie head-to-head for the Barrie Colts and the Ottawa 67's, Ryder Fedorov, a .910 save percentage over 4 games against the Colts, a 2-2 record. He was really strong at the Sadlin Arena, struggled a bit at home, though, against the Barrie Colts. He stopped 10 of 12 in the opening period. And then for Ben Hrebeck, he didn't start the most recent matchup. They gave Arvin Jaswell a chance. He did a really solid job. Expect Hrebeck to get all the starts here in round number 2 for the Barrie Colts, coming off a .915 save percentage in the regular season against Ottawa and a .908 save percentage against the Niagara Ice Dogs in round 1. Hrebeck's a perfect 8 for 8 for 1 period. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
Barrie Colts 50-50 draw is now online. You can get tickets even if you aren't at the game. Proceeds go to the Barrie Colts Foundation. Scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
My name is Chase Nicholas. I am a Mi'kmaq hockey player. Growing up, I always remember my family talking about the Mi'kmaq as the creators of the game of hockey. In grade 7, I did research on Mi'kmaq hockey sticks as the first sticks of the NHL. I found a Mi'kmaq hockey stick made in 1917, the same year the NHL was formed. I was surprised to find out the very stick I was holding was made by my great-great-grandfather, Alexander Cope. In 1934, an elder known as Old Joe Cope wrote a letter to the Halifax Herald claiming the Mi'kmaq created hockey. I found out later that I am a direct descendant of Old Joe Cope. There was a time when Mi'kmaq children were torn from their families and not allowed to speak their language, losing their words and stories, but the stories are coming back to us. Stepping on the ice, I take pride knowing the roots of the game of hockey stem from my ancestors in the Mi'kmaq Nation.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com. With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Georgian College OHL hockey on Rogers TV. 2-0 for the Barrie Colts after the first period here at the Sadlin Arena. And while we have a moment, we're going to transition into the three other series in the OHL, starting in the Eastern Conference, taking a look at the Eastern Conference playoff tree between these two teams. And for the Barrie Colts, they're in the series obviously with the Ottawa 67's, and then Brantford, they currently lead their series 1-0 over the North Bay Battalion after a dominant 8-1 victory in their game last night. Looking closer at that Brantford North Bay series, and for the Brantford Bulldogs, a great round number 1 against the Sudbury Wolves. They took control in game number 3 with 5 power play goals. That led them to the win and allowed the Brantford Bulldogs to take control of that series. It looked like Sudbury was going to be able to get back into it, but Brantford with a big win there. Caleb Malhotra had 9 points in round number 1. He's already added 3 more. A dominant effort for him. Guys like Jake O'Brien as well in round number 2 in game 1 against the North Bay Battalion. For North Bay, a couple of younger guys leading the charge. Cam Warren with 5 points. Parker Vaughn with 4 goals, including the overtime winner in game number 6 against the Peterborough Petes. Looking at the Western Conference playoff tree, and 4 teams that are all really even in my opinion. I think any one of these 4 guys, teams could end up making it all the way to the OHL final. You got Kitchener, Sioux, Windsor, and Flint in a heavyweight tilt in the Western Conference. Looking at that Kitchener-Sioux series, and for the Kitchener Rangers, a really great effort against the Saginaw Spirit. Held Saginaw to only 18 shots a game in that series. A bit of an advantage in the goal differential. Kitchener plus 82, the Sioux plus 47, but the Greyhounds did win 3 of the 4 matchups in the regular season. Tons of talent on both sides, but the difference maker could be Carter George in net, a .942 save percentage in round 1 against the London Knights. He was phenomenal down the stretch as well for the Sioux. Looking at Flint and Windsor, a heavily anticipated matchup. These two teams separated by 2 overtime losses for the Windsor Spitfires. That got them home ice in this series. 3-3 was the head-to-head matchup. No games going to overtime between them. Flint, of course, plus 32 in round number 1. Jacob Battaglia with 15 points, and then Mason Vicari, what a series for him, a .974 save percentage. Joey Costanzo only allowed 5 goals all series in that 4-game matchup. We'll have to see if Windsor's home ice is the difference in that series. Both those series, as well as game 2 of Brantford North Bay, gets underway tomorrow. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Georgian College OHL hockey on Rogers TV.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the War Amps Champ program possible. Thank you.
Welcome back. You're watching Georgian College OHL hockey on Rogers TV. And just a reminder, that first period of play was brought to you by Topper's Pizza. Looking at the scoring summary for the first period of play, Mason Zabeski opened the scoring 33 seconds in, his second of the playoffs. Hemming and Beaudoin with the assists, and it's Kayshawn Aitchison, a power play goal. Emil Hemming, Cole Beaudoin the assists on that one. Shots on goal, 12-8 for the Colts. They have now opened the scoring in all 6 of their playoff games. Now for the call of the second period, it's Mike Poirier and Gene Pereira. Guys?
Thank you, Josh. And yeah, what an entertaining opening 20 minutes between the Barrie Colts and the Ottawa 67's. A bit of a surprising start, especially 33 seconds in, seeing Mason Zabeski open the scoring.
Well, the Colts, I mean, lately with these strong starts and quick out of the gate, Ottawa settled down a bit out of that after a couple of power play chances to kind of derail that Barrie momentum. But really, the second power play a little bit better than the first one, but still 40 minutes to go. Plenty of time in this one.
So we'll try this face-off again. Hubin versus Beaudoin in the face-off dot, and the second period of play underway as Bedkowski's going to send this one deep. Harevic has that one get by him along the boards. Hemming trying to get a stick on it. Emil Hemming deep in his own zone, passing this one across to Kayshawn Aitchison. Aitchison will skate it in for the Colts, takes the shot. That's going to go wide of the net. Near side, Hemming trying to get a stick on it there. Hubin passing it up to Sam McHugh. McHugh's got speed down the middle. McHugh to the net, stopped by Harevic. What a chance there for McHugh as Ottawa getting a great chance right off the hop. Kayshawn Aitchison, he's going to knock this one down in his own zone. Trying that long pass, finds Cole Beaudoin. Beaudoin with possession, waits for reinforcement, sends it across. That bounces on Zabeski. 67's get it again, out to center, picked off by Hanser. Hanser had his pocket pick there from Ekberg. Bow's trying to send it in, it goes off the linesman. Hanser will send it back to Von Richter. Back to Justin Hanser. Up the wing, Salandra got a stick on it, that's gonna go deep. Ends up behind the Ottawa net, Bedkowski after it. Passing it up to Bows. Will get along the boards, taken away by the Colts. Quick shot, stopped by Fedorov. There's a great chance there for Joe Salandra. Buick back behind the net, avoids the hit from Salandra. Ekberg sends this one across. 67's with possession. Foster tied up, turns it over to Salandra. Salandra up the middle, takes the shot, but that's blocked by Buick. Puck goes to the corner. 67's trying to get it out. Buick facing pressure there, gave it up to Salandra. He's going to dump it in. Fedorov behind the net. He's going to leave it there for the defense. Blocking it was Wilmot. 67's just trying to get out of their zone right now. That pass again disrupted. This time it's Calvin Crombie. Down low to Wilmot, side of the net, takes the shot. Fedorov able to cover it up as the 67's right now having some difficulties in their own zone.
They get an early scoring chance, and it's Sam McHugh. Watch him just get off to the races here, and he's going to get around Passmore and move in, fights off the check there, but Harevic closed the pads, and then Wilmot trying to go short side, and nice job by Fedorov to get right up against that post and keep that one out.
67's got this one out to center ice, knocked down there by Schneid. Picked up by Ishkok again, he's going to go for a skate. Takes the shot, stopped by Harevic. And that's going to go out of play, and we'll get another whistle.
Plenty of jump here to start this second period. And again, both Ottawa wins here in Barrie. They were able to really contain that Colts offense, a 2-1 win early in the year, then a 3-2 overtime win here late in the season. I mean, all 4 games were really good battles. I mean, that game before Christmas, I think, was Barrie's more dominant performance, even though they won 8-5 in mid-February.
There's a shot from Whitehead, blocked by Passmore. Passmore trying to get a stick on it. That's sent back to Aitchison. That's deflected, knocking it down with Schneid. Back to Aitchison. He's going to send this one around. Crombie after it, takes the hit from Morelli. Puck goes out to the neutral zone. Schneid trying to play it. He loses it. Frankie Morelli back to pick it up. Sends this one across. That pass deflected. That was Kuda trying to go to the nets, and then Harevic will hold on to it. And then you've got Nick Sema parked in front. He's tied up now with Kayshawn Aitchison. Morelli trying to get in there as well. Because I think this is going to be a battle we see all series long.
I think Aitchison kind of started that. Rebick looked like he might play it. Then he decided to hang on to it. A couple of white jerseys right there. Then Aitchison a little bit of a shot in front of the net. Like I said, I mean, these two teams face each other 4 times and a lot of big games. And Aitchison, even in the heading off, he's throwing his body around out there. And both these teams trying to make here an early statement in this series that they're not going to be pushing around.
Well, referee there, Scott Ferguson, having some words for Aitchison after bumping into Kingwell. Face-off won by Ottawa, stopped by Hrebic. Puck goes to the corner. Beaudoin sends it ahead. Deitch keeps this one in the zone. Kingwell, that goes across at the point. Bedkowski sets up Vandenberg. That shot blocked by Beaudoin. Sebeski able to get this one out and down the ice. Deitch will get it at his own blue line. Sends that one up to Chitteroni, taken away there by the Colts. Here's Hemming at center ice. He's going to skate it in. Emil Hemming around the back. Puck goes to the corner. Sebeski behind the net, in front, but Chitteroni got a stick in the way. Eliasson shot, that's blocked, ends up in the corner. Bedkowski sends it back to Deitch. Hemming with the hit, in front. That goes back to the blue line. It's Eliasson to Emerton. Emerton, toe drag, shot blocked, puck goes to the far boards. After it is Beaudoin. Full Beaudoin. Sending it back to the blue line. There's a shot from Eliasson, and Fedorov able to get a glove on it. He's going to hold on.
Nice shot block there on Emerton, trying to get that one through, and then just before that, Chironi able to get a stick on it. Fedorov getting tested now. Shots 15-12 for Barrie. And I think for Ottawa, you get down 2-0, but they've settled things down here. Again, I mean, this, make no mistake, I mean, 2-0 with this Ottawa team. The second most goals in the Ontario Hockey League this season. I think sometimes it gets overlooked. You know, they don't have those big top names at the top of the scoring chart, but you look down that lineup and 12 players in double digits. A lot of depth in scoring for this Ottawa team.
It's scoring by committee here for this Ottawa 67's team, and that continued into the playoffs against Kingston. This is a pretty deep Ottawa 67's group. Right now they find themselves 2-0. Now it's a 2-on-1 developing. McCormick shot stopped by Fedorov. Desiderio sends it back to the net, but that's going to go over the goal. Here's Von Richter at the point. Sets up McCormick. His shot blocked. That was Hubin getting in the way. McCormick sends it up. Newton fires. That goes off Hitchcock again behind the net. Desiderio trying to put it out in front. Takes it. Nice shot over the net. Quick turnaround there from Nicholas Desiderio. Colts keep it in the zone. Hands are to the net. Gardner was coming off the bench. His shot over the net. Far side. Hanser has that one go off his skate. Rummel in the corner. Nearly lost it there. Colts trying to dig it free. Gardner back to Hanser. McHugh gets a stick on it. Battle along the boards. Hanser sends this one around the boards. Aitchison's going to come off the point. Trying to get to it, but that's batted down the ice. Icing's waved off. Brad Gardner will come back to play it. Gardner, long stretch pass, finds Wilmot. Wilmot enters the zone, drops it for Salandra. Salandra, nice little move there. Forced to the outside by Rummel. Back to Gardner up the middle. Backhand, Aitchison, one-timer, and he misses the net. Puck's going to escape the zone. Passmore is going to collect it. Up ahead to Gardner. Back to Aitchison at the line. Here's Salandra. He's just going to dump it in. Puck goes to the corner. Buick back to play it. Takes a hit from Gardner. Puck goes to the corner. Brad Gardner comes out from behind the net, trying to take the shot. Poke check by Fedorov. 67's regained possession, and they're going to skate it out. Ekberg at center. Reaching for it was Wilmot. That's disrupted. Colts get it back into the Ottawa zone. Wilmot after the loose puck dives for it. In front between the legs. Stopped by Fedorov as Joe Salandra showing his creativity, but could not solve Ryder Fedorov.
Well, a good couple of minutes here for the Barrie Colts, and that started with that fourth line of Newton, Desiderio, and McCormick, and then watch the opportunity. A nice little move by Gardner, and Aitchison on the far side, parked in his office there, just misses. And what a play there by Wilmot to get that puck across, and then the nice between the legs move there by Cilantra, but good sequence and good pressure here by Ottawa, scrambling a bit in their own end. Getting hemmed there, and it leads to a couple of good opportunities for Barrie.
And right now the referee coming over to have some words with Ottawa head coach Dave Cameron. It was a short conversation, so we'll get this face-off to the right of Fedorov. Beaudoin's going to take the draw here for the Barrie Colts. Beaudoin's going to be tossed out, so in steps Mason Zabeski.
Yeah, I don't think the officials like having those long conversations with the coaches in the heat of the battle here.
Picked up here by Ottawa. The 67's are going to skate it out. Jasper Kuda. Kuda gets it again, trying to take the shot, blocked by Emerton. Beaudoin trying to get it out. Good work there, Morelli. Battle along the boards. Kuda trying to send it ahead. Beaudoin back to Hemming. Hemming over to Beaudoin. He's going to catch up to it. Here's Cole Beaudoin. Hits the brakes. Shkokigan trying to tie up his stick. Mason Zabeski has that one poked away. Colts get it again. Back to the blue line. Elias and just keeps that one in. Whitehead comes up with it here for Ottawa. He's going to pass this one up to Sema. Nick Sema skates this one in. Backhand pass to Kuda. Back up to Whitehead. Whitehead back to the blue line. Here's Bedkowski. Sends this one across to Morelli. Puck got away from him. Sema able to recover. Nick Sema up to Whitehead. Whitehead with the shots, and that's going to go wide of the net. Morelli at the point. He'll send this one ahead. Whitehead, quick shot there by Kuda, but that's going to be deflected out of play with 13:44 left in the period. 2-0 Barrie. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
Welcome back. 1 year ago today, the Barrie Colts were preparing for their round 2 matchup with the Kingston Frontenacs, which would end up being a 7-game series with the home team taking all 7 games. Don't expect much of the same in this series between the Colts and the Ottawa 67's. Both teams won both their road games against the opposing team in the regular season as well. The Ottawa 67's 20 wins on the road this season. The Colts a league-leading 24, and both teams added 2 more in round 1 of the playoffs. Mike?
Thank you, Josh. And right now it's the home side up by 2. Both of those goals coming early in the first period. That was Zabeski and Aitchison as the Colts move it into the zone again. Crombie loses it. Deitch knocked it free. Bows reaches center, lost the handle of it. Carter Lowe's just going to dump it in. Fedorov behind the net. Bedkowski there to play it. He's going to send it around. Ekberg up ahead. Losing it there at center with Spencer Bows, sent back into the Ottawa zone. Bedkowski up to Bows. Bows takes a bump there from Hanser. Foster sends this one forward. Ekberg catches up to it. Behind the defense, takes the shot, stopped by Hrebeck. It somehow ends up underneath him as Philip Ekberg getting a great opportunity. Now he gets some pushing and shoving. We'll wait and see if we get any penalties out of this.
Philip Ekberg, what a chance that turned out to be. Gets in behind the Barrie defense there and tries to go in between the pads of Hrebeck, and I don't think he knows where that is. What he knows is it's underneath him somewhere. Ottawa player looking for a loose puck. And, kind of this game settling into a little bit more of what we expected after that fast start. Colts, that top line of Beaudoin, Hemming, and Zabeski, they've been really good tonight, and going back to old Barrie Colts coach Bud Stefanski used to always tell me, your best players have to be your best players, and there's certainly been a case here for that top line of Zabeski, Beaudoin, and Hemming. They've been really good here tonight.
Well, Dylan Smoskowitz, he's just been rolling all 4 lines, and each line has been able to put on some sustained pressure here tonight against the 67's, as it looks like Ottawa's skating uphill at times. As the Colts get it back into the 67 zone, that's short-lived. Puck out at center. Aitchison to Passmore. McCormick will send this one into the zone. Rummel there to collect it here for Ottawa. Facing pressure there from Newton. Gets this one out to center ice. Aitchison gets it back at his own blue line. Back over to Passmore. Evan Passmore up the wing. Newton got a stick on it. McCormick after that puck, but good job there by Hubin to protect it. Trying to send that one forward. Deflected. Shkock in the corner. Desiderio on the forecheck, trying to knock it free. Hubin will skate this one out for Ottawa. Avoids the hit as trying to throw his weight around there was Joe Salandra. That's going to go deep. Passmore sends it back to Aitchison along the wing. Joe Salandra flips it out to center. 67's turn it over. Here's Joe Salandra. He's going to skate this one in. Salandra in a battle with Buick, forced into the boards. Those two continue to battle. Shkock will come up with it here for the 67's. He turns it over. Ben Wilmot with possession towards the net, blocked by Shkock. Puck's in the corner. 67's get it again. Kuda this time will get it out and flips it across. Knocked down by Eliasson. Whitehead putting on some pressure. Puck comes around. After it is Cole Emerton. Emerton gets this one out to center. Wilmot tried to get a stick on it. We got a delay penalty here. And it's going to be a charging call here against the 67's. As Nick Sema took a run at Cole Emerton, and he's going to go off.
Sema none too happy with the call there. And look, this game has been a physical one. There's been some big hits by both teams. And Emerton's going to come and watch. He's just going to... Sema comes in and delivers the hit there. And he's going to draw the call. Sema doesn't like this one, and he says, hey, I'm just finishing my check. It wasn't too long after Emerton able to get that puck, but nonetheless, the Colts are going to have power play number 2 on the night. Already 1 for 1 here tonight.
It was Kayshawn Aitchison who had the power play goal back in the first period. Colts win the draw. They move it around. There's the shot. Fedorov the save as he was hugging that post. Didn't really give much to Emil Hemming as he was trying to come out of the corner.
Again, I mean, this man advantage is specialty units for Barrie. Both Gardner and this top unit, and then you got Gardner. I mean, really 2 #1 units, and they've been really good. And big sequence here in the game where this has kind of settled down a bit here, but Barrie can lengthen that lead here with a power play goal and take advantage of this opportunity here.
Puck goes back into the Barrie zone, so Cole Emerton will come back to collect it. 1:42 still to go here in the power play for the Colts. Cole Beaudoin, he'll skate this one out. Here's Emil Hemming. Hemming across to Lowe. Down low, trying to go to Beaudoin. That went wide. Puck's in the corner. 67's get to it. Deitch to the line. Kept in by Emerton. Puck comes back to the point. Carter Lowe sends to an open wing. Emerton chasing after it. Sends this one around behind the Ottawa net. Bedkowski's there. Aitchison gets in the way of the pass. At the point, Emerton quickly across, finds Beaudoin. Settles it down. His pass is deflected. Colts still with it. Cole Beaudoin at the point. Goes to Emerton. Emerton, Aitchison, one-timer. Blocked by Deitch. That broke his stick, but the 67's are able to get it out. 58 seconds left in the penalty to Nick Sema. Colts take it in. Aitchison back to Hemming. Backhand pass, but good stick work there as Thomas Vandenberg broke up that play. Von Richter. His pass got away. That's going to be sent back into the Barrie zone. Von Richter skates this one ahead. Drops it there for Crombie. Crombie gets it again from Wilmot. He's going to skate this one in. Calvin Crombie after it. Goes behind the Ottawa net. Hits that broken stick. Wilmot over to Gardner. At the point, Von Richter takes the shot. Stopped by Fedorov. Puck goes to the corner. Gardner trying to play it. Morelli knocked it away. Vandenberg's going to skate it out. Shorthanded chance here. Spencer Bowes loses the handle of it. Puck goes to the corner, taking time off this man advantage, which is now down to 10 seconds. Von Richter comes out from the corner, passing this one ahead to Wilmot. Wilmot enters the attacking zone, stays with it, passes it up. Crombie backhand. What a save by Fedorov. That'll do it for the man advantage. Barrie now 1 for 2. Here's Nick Sema. Sima enters the zone, passes it up. Foster forced to the corner. Loses it to Von Richter. Sima can't get a stick on it. Gardner will get it to the line and out. Deach there to collect it for Ottawa. He'll pass this one forward to Sima. Sima picks up momentum. Falls at the blue line. Puck goes deep. Sima throws a hit there in the corner. Colts come up with it. Sima in a battle there with Hanser behind the play as the puck comes down the ice. Rummel up to Sima. Backhand pass finds Foster. Poked there by Schneid. Cooper Foster back to Sima up the middle. His shot stopped by Hrebeck. Picked up by Hanser. Can't get it out of the zone. Mason Zabeski will pick it up now for the Colts. Here's Schneid. Schneid through center. He'll dump this one in. Shkokagan will knock him down. Play continues. Up to Whitehead, and now we got another penalty. This time it's going to be against the Barrie Colts. Foster on the wing. Sends this one back to Chitteroni. Chitteroni with possession. Trying to keep it away from Zabeski, and now we'll get the whistle. And it's going to be an elbowing penalty here against the Barrie Colts.
I think it's Mason Zabeski on a hit. He doesn't like it. He's on the one that took it here, and there's that opportunity by Aitchison. It's just going to saw Deach's stick right in half. There's a big blast there, then a great chance here in front there, and Crombie trying to stuff it there, but what a huge stop by Fedorov. And that sequence, and there's Zabeski, and it looked like he got the stick, but yeah, he got that elbow up into the head. The Ottawa player, and Ottawa now with power play number 3, an opportunity to cut into this lead.
Ottawa still looking for their first goal of the hockey game, and it was the tail end of their second power play that Frankie Morelli was able to get a couple of good looks with a one-timer. So we'll see if they can pick up some momentum here with 8:21 remaining in the second period. Morelli passing this one ahead. There's the shot, blocked by Aitchison. Morelli's going to keep this one in at the point. Back to Morelli, sends it to the boards. Jasper Kuda to the net, blocked in front. Foster comes up with it behind the net. Kuda with possession, goes back to Morelli. Kuda gets it again. Along the board, sends it down low. 67's get it back to the point. It's Morelli. Up to Whitehead. Whitehead across, but getting a stick in the lane was Gardner. Colts, though, can't get it out. Loose puck. Foster keeps it in. Here's Whitehead with the lane. His shot scores! Nick Whitehead gets that one under the blocker, and the 67's are on the board. It's 2-1.
Oh, what a shot by Whitehead, and maybe everybody's thinking pass, and you had the man open in front of the net. Decides to keep it and go short side and just under the blocker of Hrebeck. But the Colts not able to get it out here. All the play, everybody's over there, and then Whitehead is just going to rip this one, and watch, the puck's going to go across, and he's got a man down low, but he keeps it, goes short side, and what a big goal for Ottawa. After that quick start, they're now within one.
For Nick Whitehead, that's his first of the playoffs. As they're back into this hockey game, it's now 2-1. As the power play comes through here for the 67's. Deach back to pick it up here for Ottawa. He's going to send it across. Bedkowski back to Deach. Up to the line. Von Richter can't keep it. Zabeski sends it back to Gabriel Eliasson. Eliasson up ahead to Hemming. Got a stick on it there. Deach collects it here for Ottawa. Here's Spitznagel on the wing. He's going to flip this one across. Eliasson will be the first one on it for Barrie. Gabriel Eliasson avoids the hit, finds Cole Beaudoin at center ice. Beaudoin skates this one in, up the middle, backhand, forehand to the net. So he was tied up by Deach, so he wasn't able to get a clean shot away. Good defensive play. Bedkowski, backhand pass, finds Spitznagel. He stood up by Eliasson. Emil Hemming back in his own zone. Passing it up to Jaden Newton, trying to go up the middle. Here's Newton, backhand, forehand, and he lost the handle. 67's get it to the line, kept in momentarily, knocked ahead. Good stick work by Bows. Emerton back in his own zone. Sets up Jonah McCormick. McCormick chips it off the boards, back into the Ottawa zone, picked up by Shkokagan. Deach gets it again, back to Shkokagan. Konishkak again. Up to Ekberg. Foster picks up the puck. He'll skate this one in for Ottawa, trying to go up the middle, but he loses the handle of it. Cole Emerton flips this one out to center ice, knocked down by Ishkok. Backtracking is Andre Rummel. He'll send that one ahead, deflected, so no icing. Hrabek's going to play it. Gives it up to Cole Emerton. Emerton passing this one forward, deflected at center. That's blocked by McCormick. He'll flip this one into the Ottawas. That one doesn't go too far. Rummel gets it out. Foster picks it up here for Ottawa, chips it ahead to Bows. Bows couldn't get to it. Salandra was there first. Desiderio trying to force it down the wing. He's in a battle there with Rummel in front of the Ottawa bench. Battle continues. Foster trying to knock it free. Gardner flips this one ahead. Salandra, he's able to backhand this one deep into the Ottawa zone. Fedorov behind the net. He'll send this one around. Salandra back to the line. Kayshawn Aitchison. Aitchison sets up Passmore. Passmore with a shot blocked in front. Went off Wilmot. Sends it back to Passmore. Passmore comes off the point. In front. One-timer scores. Ben Wilmot. Great play by Evan Passmore to find Wilmot on the far side. And the Colts have regained their 2-goal lead.
How about that play by Evan Passmore, known for more his defensive side of the game, but great recovery in the Colts after giving up that first goal of the game to get the 67's within striking distance, come right back. And look at this feed by Passmore right on the tape for Wilmot. Just going to come in, moves in down off the boards, and what a pass in the slot. Heads up play by Passmore, finds his teammate, and that one just gets past Fedorov, and the Colts back up by 2.
Ben Wilmot now 6 goals on the postseason. Came into this one third in goals. And right now his team up 3-1. Puck goes to the corner. Kingwell trying to play it, loses it to Crombie. Crombie's going to get it out to center. Morelli will come up with it. Sends this one across. Morelli back across as the 67's trying to get it in the zone. Puck's deflected. Eliasson can't get to it. Then Carter Lowe puts that one over the glass. That's going to be a delay of game penalty. So the 67's, they're going to go on the man advantage here.
You see the frustration with Lowe, but that one gets away from him. And Ottawa, 1 for 3 in the power play, going to get another opportunity here. And this one Low just trying to get that puck off the glass and out, but it kind of takes off on him.
So we're going to take a quick break. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Nick Whitehead with a big goal here for the Ottawa 67's to make it a 2-1 game in favor of Barrie. And for Whitehead, one of the Ottawa players that has really developed this season. Coming into this year, he had played in 2 seasons with a total of 11 goals and 42 points. This season alone, Whitehead had 25 goals, 63 points, and followed it up with 4 assists in round number 1. Mike?
Thank you, Josh. And Nick Whitehead and the Ottawa 67's getting ready for their 4th power play of the night after Carter Lowe called for delay of game. So we'll see if Ottawa can try and get back within 1 as that puck goes on the back of the net. We're going to get a whistle.
Nick Whitehead, I mean, just part of this very deep offensive attack by Ottawa, and really all 4 lines can hurt you. And right now a chance on the power play after getting that first power play goal on their 3rd opportunity to get back within 1 here.
Colts win the faceoff and right away get that one down the length of the ice. So force Ottawa to regroup with a minute 43 still to work with on the man advantage. Frankie Morelli, he's going to skate this one forward. Goes up to Whitehead, lost it in his skates. Beaudoin will send it back into the Ottawa zone. Morelli gets it forward to Foster. Foster, though, his pass taken away by Hemming, and the Colts get it out once again. Morelli there to pick it up as the Colts trying to change the penalty kill unit. Morelli up to Foster. Foster tied up there by Gardner. Aitchison sent to the point, not out. Morelli passing this one back to Vandenberg. Vandenberg lost the handle of it, but the Colts can't get it out. Now it's picked off by Zabeski. He'll get it out to center and down the ice. Mason Zabeski gives chase. Morelli. He's able to get a stick on it. Up ahead to Foster. Crombie's there. Crombie sends this one to an open wing. 51 seconds left in the penalty to Carter Lowe. Cooper Foster will pick it up here for Ottawa. Near side to McHugh. Sam McHugh skates this one in, up the wing. He'll try to peel back. He had Newton there. Bows off the point. Drops it back to McHugh. McHugh at the point. Gets it again, up the middle. Fires, blocked by Newton. Loose puck. Bows will come up with it. Spencer Bows back to the point. Kept in by Ishkok Bows sends it back. Ishkok his shot blocked by Newton, and the Colts are able to get this one down the length of the ice. 14 seconds still to go in the power play here for Ottawa. Ishkok reaches center ice. He'll dump this one in. Around the boards it goes. Hrebeck reaching for it. Von Richter trying to clear it. That hit Ekberg up high. He seems to be okay. Power play's expired. Colts sent it down the ice. Lowe couldn't get a stick on it, so that's going to be an icing call now against the Colts with 2:38 remaining in the second period, which is presented by Topper's Pizza.
Emil Hemming and the Barrie Colts, the Ottawa 67's cut the lead in half, but you come right back. How do you answer that? A little more than 2 minutes later, Ben Wilmot and a nice setup by Passmore, and this one turning into a little bit more of the tooth and nail battle that we expected with both these teams physical. I mean, you don't have to tell these guys to finish their checks. They're doing that here tonight. They're doing it pretty well.
I think there's going to be a lot of ice packs after the game for both teams with just the amount of hits we're seeing from both the Colts and the 67's here. So we'll try this face-off again to the left of Ben Hrebeck. Beaudoin's going to take the draw. Up against Nick Sema. Face-off won by the Colts. Aitchison will get to it, sends it around. Hemming chips this one out to center, knocked down by Deitch. Beaudoin up to Lowe. Lowe sends it into the zone. Bedkowski puts it around. Sema gives chase. Beaudoin will take it away. Backhand pass picked off there by Vandenberg. Beaudoin sends it behind the net. Bedkowski's there for Ottawa. Turns it over right to Aitchison, and he fires that one over the net. Von Richter at the point. His pass blocked by McHugh, and that's going to escape the zone. Emil Hemming. That one goes in the air. Parker Von Richter will come up with it. Hemming tips this one into the Ottawa zone. Deitch gets it out. Von Richter at center ice, across to Aitchison. Kayshawn Aitchison sends it on goal. Fedorov guides to the corner. Wilmot trying to get there, but that's blocked. 67's to the line and out, delayed offside. Deitch comes up with it here for Ottawa. He's going to send it out to center. Cole Emerton picks it up for the Colts. Up the wing, Wilmot got a stick on it. Deitch gets it again here for the 67's. Spitznagel sets up Hubin. Hubin with a shot, and Hrebeck able to see that one. He's going to make the glove save with 1:29 remaining in the period.
Shots now 23-17, and again, I don't think there's any surprise that this is a physical series. Both these teams certainly trying to send a message early on, and Dave Cameron's teams, always play that structured style, always strong defensively, and it's taken Ottawa a little bit here, but I think they're settling into their game as we move along here.
Just over a minute left to go in the second period as the Colts dump it in. Puck bounces in front. Morelli takes a bump there from Salandra. Puck's in the corner. Foster up the middle. Turnover to Wilmot. And that's blocked by Buick. And that's going to go out of play. And we've been seeing that quite a bit here tonight. The amount of turnovers deep in the Ottawa zone tonight.
It's been uncharacteristic. I mean, they've kind of scrambled in their own zone at times, and again, it's good work there by Solantra, and there's the turnover, and they're able to get the stick on that one for Wilmot, but Fedorov, he's had to be sharp, and really uncharacteristic to see this Ottawa team scramble like the way they have here through the first half of this game, a little bit more.
Puck's down low in the Ottawa zone. Foster gets to it, sends it across to Ekberg. Ekberg will skate it in here for the 67s. Up to Foster. Cooper Foster along the boards. Von Richter has it in his skates. Eliasson's going to kick this one back. Zabeski after it, trying to keep it away from the Ottawa forward. That was Spencer Bowes. Now the Colts get it out and down the ice. Icing indicated, so we're going to get the whistle. And we'll bring this one back with 38.3 seconds remaining.
Talking to Dylan Smoskowitz, and really it's been the same message. You know, you ask him, okay, what do you got to get prepared for Ottawa? And he goes, there's no doubt, you know, they're a deep team, but we got to look within ourselves and play our game and play that Barrie Colts style of hockey, and that's being physical, a heavy team up front. They've certainly been that here through pretty much 40 minutes. Been a physical team up front, and I think it's led to some uncharacteristic mistakes by Ottawa and some giveaways.
Face-off won by Ottawa. Shkokigan keeps it in play. Puck goes down low. Colts will get to it. Von Richter gets this one down the ice. Won't be icing. Shkokigan up the wing, trying to catch the Colts on the line change. Here's Sema, drops it back. There's the shot, stopped by Hrebeck. Side of the net, taken there by Aitchison. Shkokigan keeps it in. 13 seconds left. Sema to Rummel. Rummel up the wing. What a save by Hrebeck. He stretches across, another chance, and Hrebeck again. Back-to-back huge saves from the Colts netminder as it remains a 3-1 hockey game.
Absolutely, two outstanding stops by Ben Hrebeck, and you're late. I mean, imagine Ottawa scores, you're late. All of a sudden, you're back within one, all the momentum going to the third. There's that first stop, that right pad. As Hrebeck stretches out here, then there's that chance in front here, and he's just going to cover up. Two huge stops by Ben Hrebeck late. Keeps this Barrie lead at 2, and what a big goal that would have been for Ottawa here late in the second period. And all of a sudden, hey, going to the intermission, and you got some momentum, right? But still 6 seconds here, but Ben Hrebeck, there's a good idea why he's considered one of the top goaltenders in the Ontario Hockey League.
And as a result of the extracurriculars, both Kona Shkokigan and Evan Passmore are in the penalty box, so 4-on-4 hockey. But my, oh my, Ben Hrebeck making some outstanding saves. Highway robbery out there on the ice. There's Hrebeck right now directing traffic before they drop the puck. He's going to bring this face-off to his right. Kuda's going to take the draw up against Brad Gardner. Face-off won by Ottawa at the point. Morelli stopped by Hrebeck. As Frankie Morelli, we've seen that a few times here tonight, that one-timer, but didn't get all of it that time.
The veteran, he has a good shot back there and a big face-off win for Ottawa. 3.5 seconds remaining still. This period, and another big draw coming up here.
Scramble draw, picked up by the Colts, and that will do it for the second period of play. As the Barrie Colts had a 2-0 lead going into the second period, and they still hold on to that 2-goal advantage after 40 minutes. As we get a few more words after the buzzer, but it's been an entertaining hockey game so far, and we're not done yet as Bedkowski just gave a jab at Kayshawn Aitchison at center ice.
You know, you're down by 2 goals heading to the final period. You just got to keep your cool, and officials now trying to get the players off the ice and see what happens here. And John going back and forth. Aitchison with a few words for Bedkowski, and there's the jab there, but you got to stay away from that. I mean, you're down by 2 goals.
Well, there was already a controversial play that happened in Game 4 against the Kingston Frontenacs, and there was some who were wondering if Bedkowski was going to face suspension as a result, but he's in the lineup. And then now going after Kayshawn Aitchison with that spear. So the referees, I'm sure, are going to take a look at this as Morelli's going to come out to hear what the officials have to say, but it's not what you want to see right now if you're the Ottawa 67's. You're down by 2 right now. You don't want to give the Barrie Colts a 5-minute major to start the third period. As right now the referee, Scott Ferguson, having a word, and I'm sure they're going to get the tablet here to take a look.
Well, the quick jab there by Bedkowski, and look, you know things get heated out there, but you gotta, you know, especially for a veteran, you gotta keep your cool there. And frustration right in front of the officials here. I think it's going to be.
Yeah, they got 5 minutes on the board beside Bedkowski, so they're going to review this for the major. Well, obviously there is history between Bedkowski and Aitchison, even from Bedkowski's time with the Owen Sound attack. And now they carry over here into the playoffs. So we're going to take a quick break while they settle things here. It's a 3-1 hockey game for the Barrie Colts after 2 periods of play. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
My name is Chase Nicholas. I am a Mi'kmaq hockey player. Growing up, I always remember my family talking about the Mi'kmaq as the creators of the game of hockey. In grade 7, I did research on Mi'kmaq hockey sticks as the first sticks of the NHL. I found a Mi'kmaq hockey stick made in 1917, the same year the NHL was formed. I was surprised to find out the very stick I was holding was made by my great-great-grandfather, Alexander Cope. In 1934, an elder known as Old Joe Cope wrote a letter to the Halifax Herald claiming the Mi'kmaq created hockey. I found out later that I am a direct descendant of Old Joe Cope. There was a time when Mi'kmaq children were torn from their families and not allowed to speak their language, losing their words and stories. But the stories are coming back to us. Stepping on the ice, I take pride knowing the roots of the game of hockey stem from my ancestors in the Mi'kmaq Nation.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com. With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV. 3-1 for the Colts after the second period. Joining me now, Colts forward Mason Zabeski. Mason, you guys have scored first in every game of the playoffs. Couple quick starts as of late. How important has that been here so far?
Yeah, I think it's huge to kind of get momentum straight off the get-go, especially against a team like this we've been pretty competitive with all year. I think having those kind of key starts is huge for us throughout the playoffs.
Obviously, part of your game is crashing the net. We saw that a lot in round number 1. How crucial is that against a goaltender like Ryder Fedorov?
Yeah, I think it's a huge thing for our kind of game plan. And obviously, he had an unbelievable season. But at the end of the day, if we can throw him off his game any way we can and give ourselves any kind of leverage, I think we're going to keep doing it.
5-minute power play coming up. How big of an opportunity is it to close it out here?
Yeah, this is huge. It's one they can't really kill off with a goal. So I think the more we score, the more we kind of shove it down their throats.
Mason, thanks for doing this. Best of luck in the third.
Awesome. Thanks for having me.
It's Mason Zabeski of the Barrie Colts. We'll take a quick break. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
Colts fans, the Barrie Colts 50-50 draw is now online. You can get tickets even if you aren't at the game. Proceeds go to the Barrie Colts Foundation. Scan the QR code on your screen for more information.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit arrivealive.org to find out more.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the OHL Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the OHL CHAMP program possible. Thanks.
Welcome back. You're watching Georgian College OHL hockey on Rogers TV. 3-1 for the Colts after 2 periods. Can confirm there's a 5-minute penalty coming to David Bedkowski. Huge opportunity here for the Colts, and this is what you got to stay away from in the playoffs, taking an undisciplined penalty like that.
Yeah, I mean, for a veteran, you know, I mean, you got to kind of, look, I know it gets heated out there, but you got to kind of chill a bit in there. And, you know, you go from almost tying it there late in the second period, but you're in down to get one early in the third, and all of a sudden you're right there on the doorstep. But instead now, you got to hope that you kill off the 5-minute major, and the Colts an opportunity to kind of put the foot on the head there and just add to that lead. But some undisciplined play, and now we'll have to see if Barrie can take advantage of it.
And it's going to be a 4-on-3 situation too for 1:54 to start that third period of play. So things have gone from bad to worse here for Ottawa, because it looked like they were starting to pick up the momentum there in that second period after it looked like they were skating uphill for most of this hockey game. But, you know, for Bedkowski, you got to keep your cool. You can't be doing these extracurriculars and now risking, do we see him in game number 2 as a result of the spear?
Okay, Sean Aitchison did look okay as he was going down the tunnel, so expect him to return for the third period. And as always, game 1 tradition, it's prediction time for us.
It's Gene's favorite time.
Gene's favorite time. And Gene, you're going to kick us off here in the Eastern Conference with your Eastern Conference selections.
Yeah, I always hope everybody forgets these, but you know, I mean, Brantford, North Bay, I think, you know, Brantford a big win last night. I expect, you know, North Bay still to get a game there. I mean, it's a pretty good younger hockey club, but Brantford just too much firepower there. I think, you know, it'll be a fairly short series. Barrie, Ottawa, again, I said, you know, this one can go 7. I got Barrie in 6. But, you know, look, I mean, it's been tooth and nail between these two teams, and I expect every game to be pretty much that way.
So I think our predictions are pretty similar.
Here we go again.
I'll admit, I picked after Gene, but I also went with 5 for the Brantford Bulldogs. I figure Jack Lisson will steal a game, maybe even up in North Bay. He was outstanding in that first round series against the Peterborough Petes, so I think that North Bay should be able to get at least one win in this series. Game 1 got away from them last night down in Brantford. And then for Barrie and Ottawa, similar to what Gene was saying, these two teams are so evenly matched. Although I was surprised how quick Barrie got on the board here tonight in game number 1 against Ottawa with that goal from Mason Zabeski. But I think this one, it could go either way. If Ottawa won it in 6, I also wouldn't be surprised. This is a really strong and deep 67's team, and right now just the Barrie Colts taking advantage of their opportunities so far in this game.
Yeah, defensive mistake right off the bat there for Ottawa. Barrie gets the goal, get a power play goal as well, and then kind of been rolling from there. Now looking at my predictions, they're pretty close to the same teams, different amount of games here. Barrie, Ottawa. For Brantford and North Bay, I mean, for the North Bay Battalion, good series round number 1, but 3 overtimes in the series, including a double overtime to finish it off. Tight games every time. Pretty tiring series there for North Bay, and I think Brantford's going to be able to take advantage of that. They certainly did last night, winning 8-1, and they'll take that series in 5. And then I'm a little different than you guys. I think we're back here at the Sadlin Arena for a 4th home game this series, and I think it's the Barrie Colts taking it in 7. I think at the end of the day, Cole Baudouin, Emil Hemming, and Keishon Aitchison are able to get the job done and kind of overpower the Ottawa 67's as the series goes on. Now, we did also make predictions for the Western Conference, and the West, it kind of feels like a dogfight between 4 really strong teams, and wouldn't be surprising if any of them are the representative in the OHL final.
Yeah, I expect, both those series to go long, and, Kitchener over the Sioux in 7, and look, I mean, that's a really good Kitchener team, but I still keep going back to, you got George Annette for the Sioux, Brady Martin, Chase Reed, Magnosa. That Sioux team, I thought they've been playing their best hockey of late, where they struggled a bit down the stretch, got some bodies back, and then in the second series there, I mean, flip a coin. I mean, Firebirds offense, but Windsor, I think I might, Windsor has just been so good. Nobody's talking about them, I feel. They've been kind of the underrated giant in that one. I expect it to be a long series, 7 games, but I have Flint, but I'm not too sure.
Well, the Western Conference is just like Josh was saying. You could almost give an argument to any of the 4 teams to represent the Western Conference in the OHL final. I'm also going with a 7-game series. I think Kitchener with home ice advantage will be able to take it, although, as you mentioned, if you can have a healthy Sioux Greyhounds team, they're dangerous. And with Carter George, everyone was questioning his record against the London Knights going into the playoffs, and he proved all his doubters wrong. And he's kind of got that chip on his shoulder coming into the series against the Rangers. So I wouldn't be surprised if it goes either way. I just went with Kitchener because of home ice advantage. And then between Windsor and Flint, the Spitfires have been dealing with injuries. Is Nathan Villeneuve healthy enough for the second round? Cristoforo also missing some time due to injury, and of course, no Ethan Belches. So I think that could catch up to the Windsor Spitfires here, and this Flint Firebirds team firing on all cylinders right now coming out of that series against Owen Sound. I'm going to give them the advantage in 7 games, but like Gene said, you can flip a coin. It can go either way.
Well, I hope there isn't any Kitchener Ranger fans watching right now, because I'm going to take the Sioux Greyhounds in 7 games over the Kitchener Rangers, and my sole difference here, I think, is Carter George. He's been to back-to-back World Juniors, hasn't been able to win there. A couple of years in Owen Sound, didn't win a playoff game at all. I think Carter George is on a mission this year, and I think he's going to take the Sioux Greyhounds to the Western Conference Final, and I think they're going to match up against the Windsor Spitfires. I mean, you look on that back end, you mentioned Cristoforo, but also Woodall, Fibiker, guys like that. They are a really deep team defensively, and I wonder if for a couple of those games, if Windsor's able to shut down Flint's high-powered offense, that's going to give them an advantage in that series. Mason Vicari, Joey Costanzo, both really solid goalies as well, but I've got the Windsor Spitfires advancing to the Western Conference Finals. It's going to be interesting to see 4 pretty entertaining series. We're going to take a quick break. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
My name is Chase Nicholas. I am a Mi'kmaq hockey player. Growing up, I always remember my family talking about the Mi'kmaq as the creators of the game of hockey. In grade 7, I did research on Mi'kmaq hockey sticks as the first sticks of the NHL. I found a Mi'kmaq hockey stick made in 1917, the same year the NHL was formed. I was surprised to find out the very stick I was holding was made by my great-great-grandfather, Alexander Cope. In 1934, an elder known as Old Joe Cope wrote a letter to the Halifax Herald claiming the Mi'kmaq created hockey. I found out later that I am a direct descendant of Old Joe Cope. There was a time when Mi'kmaq children were torn from their families and not allowed to speak their language, losing their words and stories. But the stories are coming back to us. Stepping on the ice, I take pride knowing the roots of the game of hockey stem from my ancestors in the Mi'kmaq Nation.
I'm Wendell Clark with a word about winning. We all know it takes a team effort in any sport and with any challenge. You can be a part of the winning team that shuts out impaired driving. Whether you're out on the town or just hanging out with friends, drink responsibly. Always have a plan for a safe ride home for yourself, your family, and your friends. You'll be helping to shut out impaired driving.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more. Arrive Alive. Drive sober.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com. With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. You're watching Georgian College OHL hockey on Rogers TV. 3-1 for the Colts after 2 periods, and we're getting close to award season in the OHL. Jack Pridham won Overager of the Year the other day, beating Cooper Foster of the Ottawa 67's and a couple other players in that category. And then we also had the award for most disciplined player in the OHL, and the Barrie Colts did get a nominee in that one. Cole Baudouin, one of 6 nominees, including Adam Novotny of the Peterborough Petes, Jimmy Lombardi of the Flint Firebirds, Kieran Dervin, Jack Van Volsen, and Anthony Cristoforo. Cristoforo, of course, of the Windsor Spitfires, still in the playoffs as well. And this is for the most sportsmanlike player of the year, the William Hanley Trophy that gets handed out every year. And Cole Baudouin becoming one of the nominees. A couple other awards going around. Malhotra and Nikita Klepov, the finalists for OHL Rookie of the Year, and then Dylan Smoskowitz and Dave Cameron about a part of the group that was nominated for OHL Coach of the Year. We're going to take a quick break. That's the third period from the Sadlin Arena. You're watching Georgian College OHL hockey on Rogers TV.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly, choose your ride, and have a plan for a safe ride home.
Visit ArriveAlive.org to find out more.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
Are you a passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
I love being a champ.
I am a member of the Warham's Child Amputee Program. Through CHAMP, I get the artificial limbs I need to participate in everyday activities.
I'm always growing, so I always need new devices.
Support and helpful information on living with an amputation is available to me anytime.
I get to meet other kids that are just like me.
It's your donations that make the Warham's CHAMP program possible.
Thank you.
Moskowitz set for the third period of play from the Sadlin Arena. Looking at the scoring summary for the second period between the Colts and the Ottawa 67's. The two teams exchanging goals. Nick Whitehead, his first in the playoffs on the power play. Ben Wilmot gets his 6th of the year off a nice pass from Evan Passmore. Shots on goal, 14-12 for the Ottawa 67's for a total of 24-22 Barrie. The Colts will have a power play for the next 5 minutes. David Bedkowski's night is done, and we start with a little 4-on-3 action for the next minute 54 as well. Kayshawn Aitchison right back out on the ice. Now for the call of the third period, it's Mike Poirier and Gene Pereira. Guys?
Thank you, Josh. And yes, it's a 5-minute match penalty handed out to David Bedkowski for that spear as the two teams were heading off. So a tough spot to be in here for the Ottawa 67's, who are down by 2. So we'll see how they can handle being shorthanded for the next 5 minutes. A 4-on-3 situation. Baudouin will take the draw against Nick Sema. And we are back underway. Face-off won by the Colts. Kayshawn Aitchison out there. He'll pick it up in front of his own net. Aitchison dropping it back for Hemming. Emil Hemming ahead for Aitchison. Aitchison back to Baudouin. Baudouin, Aitchison doesn't take the shot. Back to Baudouin. Aitchison again. Baudouin. Aitchison one-timer off the post. He strikes iron. Hemming keeps it in. Back to Baudouin. Baudouin towards the net, deflected in front. Fedorov sprawling across and somehow keeps that one out as Carter Lowe is parked in front but couldn't find it in time.
Kayshawn Aitchison is still talking to himself after drilling that one off the post. And you know, the back and forth between Baudouin and Aitchison. Watch, this thing just goes right off the iron. And then I think everybody expected that little game of volley there between Aitchison and Baudouin to continue, and instead he puts it in front of the Low, almost able to get one by Fedorov. Parked in front, but a big stop by the Ottawa netminder. A little bit of help from a friend there.
Face-off won by the Colts. Aitchison rides to the blue line. He's going to leave it there for Baudouin. Hemming to Baudouin. Aitchison doesn't take the shot. Back to Baudouin. Aitchison one-timer, stopped by Fedorov. Aitchison down to Carter Lowe in the corner. Morelli gets to it, kept in by Baudouin. Cole Baudouin ahead for Aitchison. Baudouin gets it again at the point, goes to Hemming. Hemming back to Baudouin. Baudouin to Hemming, one-timer, stopped by Fedorov, and the 67's are able to clear it out. Rebick with that long pass up to Kayshawn Aitchison. He's going to enter the zone. Aitchison drops it back to Baudouin. Baudouin to Hemming, one-timer, scores! Emil Hemming! And the Barrie Colts, they extend their lead. It's now 4-1.
Well, you want to take advantage of the 5-minute major here, and it continues. It's going to continue, and Emil Hemming just elevated that puck on the one-timer. And again, Colts able to get set in the Ottawa zone, that quick release there, and Fedorov trying to get across and just doesn't get across in time. Fedorov elevates that one, Hemming. Barrie up 4-1, and still 3:45 remaining.
So for Emil Hemming, that's now 5 goals in the playoffs. And the power play continues here for the Colts. Now 2 power play goals so far tonight. Wilmot along the boards. Getting stuck in the skates there. 67's will find it, get it out to center. Deitch, he's going to skate this one ahead. He's bumped there by Von Richter, trying to take time off the clock. It's taken by the Colts. Gardner's going to skate it ahead. Gardner facing pressure from Deitch, goes back. Salandra sets up Von Richter. Von Richter to Gardner, back to Von Richter. Sets up Salandra, skates this one ahead. His pass is deflected, and the 67's get it out. Ashkokagan out of the box with Passmore. So it's now 5-on-4 as Ashkokagan couldn't get a shot away. He's going to send this one back. Buick passing this one ahead to Sema. Looked like that may have been offside, but play continues. Ben Wilmot reaches center. He's going to drop it back to Aitchison. 2:44 still to work with on the man advantage. Serving the penalty is Brock Chitteroni for Ottawa after Bedkowski was handed a match penalty for spearing at the end of the second period. Morelli after it in the corner. Hemming ties up his stick. He's going to send this one around. Carter Lowe at the point, trying to keep it in. Bows to the line and out. Aitchison picks it up at center. He's going to dump this one in. Fedorov trying to slow it down. Bows puts it back behind the net for Morelli. Frankie Morelli with possession, goes back. Collecting it there is Connor Buick. And that's going to go out of play. And they're going to bring this face-off back into the Ottawa zone.
2:08 remaining, and Cole Beaudoin, a couple assists here tonight. And the big guns for Barrie. Big and played very well here tonight. Keishon Aitchison, a goal, 2 assists. Beaudoin, a couple assists. Emil Hemming, goal and assist.
67's trying to move it around. There's a Colt player who's down on the ice. That's Emil Hemming. Fans want a penalty as Hemming's still slow to get up. Play continues. Emerton up to Aitchison. Hemming's just getting out of the zone. Aitchison will dump it in. Cooper Foster picks it up here for Ottawa. Takes the hit. Puck comes to the point. Beaudoin over to Aitchison. Keishon Aitchison back to Cole Beaudoin. Beaudoin back to Emerton. Sets up Aitchison. Aitchison back to the line. Cross for Beaudoin. Gets it off the boards. Down to Hemming. Emil Hemming. Sending this one back to Beaudoin. Was taken away by Cooper Foster, and he's going to clear it out. Puck goes to the corner, so Horebic can't play it. Von Richter back to pick it up. 1:17 to go on the man advantage here for Barrie. Von Richter drops it back. Picked up here by Crombie. Wilmot back to Crombie. He's going to skate it in. Crombie trying to get around the defense, but good work by Deitch. And he'll just send it right back into the Barrie zone. Von Richter trying to keep it away from Bows. Colts get it. Here's Ben Wilmot. Wilmot through center, passing this one ahead. Salandra weaving. Gardner, but lost the handle of it. Gardner goes back to the point, kept in by Von Richter. Sets up Salandra. Back to Von Richter. His shot wide of the net. Off the end boards, picked up by Gardner. Sends it across to Salandra. Salandra in front between the legs. Wilmot, but Fedorov with the save. And then Ben Wilmot was dumped at the side of the net. It's going to generate a bit of a crowd as Crombie steps up for his teammate, but nothing more will come of it.
Nifty little play there by Ben Wilmot there, the old between the legs. And again, the Colts able to get control of the Ottawa zone, and there's the hit in front of the net there, and the opportunity as Wilmot puts it back through his legs, but Fedorov right there to make the stop.
Face-off won by Ottawa. Power play down to 34 seconds for the Colts. Crombie keeps it in. Wilmot down low to Gardner. Gardner back to the blue line, Von Richter. Sets up Gardner again from the face-off dot. Back to Von Richter. Salandra down low. Wrap around. Stop. Puck's bouncing around. They jam at it. Fedorov looks like he has it. Now they'll get the whistle. As Kelvin Crombie getting a couple of jabs in there as Fedorov now having some words with the official. As looked like he had it there for a moment.
Well, Wilmot at the side of the net kind of brings that one around and trying to jam it past Fedorov. It's 15 seconds remaining in this 5-minute major. Colts with the one goal to take a 4-1 lead, and a different outlook for Ottawa. They get those 2 great chances at the end of that second period, but you have to work off a 5-minute major to start the third here, and all of a sudden that lead grows because of it.
Schneid's going to be tossed out of the face-off dot, so Jaden Newton's going to step in to take the draw up against Jasper Kuda. Kuda will win this one back into the corner. 67's with possession. That's Nick Sema. He's going to set it down ice. 8 seconds left, and then Chitteroni's going to come out of the penalty box. Cole Emerton off the wing. Schneid got a stick on it, so no icing. It's back to even strength. Zabaski trying to send it into the zone. Vandenberg's there, gets it out to center, taken by Emerton. Emerton drops it back to Aitchison. Aitchison up the wing. Zabaski sends it ahead. Newton can't hold it. Morelli will take it away for Ottawa. Buick back to pick it up. Chitteroni's there for the 67's. Trying to send it ahead to Vandenberg. He didn't see it. Schneid shot, stop, rebound. Picked up by Chitteroni. Great chance there for Schneid. 67's come back the other way. Chitteroni along the boards, trying to put it out in front. That's blocked by Passmore. Anzer sends this one ahead for Schneid. Schneid gets it out. Loose puck picked up by Passmore. He's going to dump it in. Puck bouncing out front. Fedorov keeps it behind the net. Buick passing this one forward. That pass doesn't connect. So now it's going to be an icing call against Ottawa. With 14:08 left to go here in the second period, 4-1 Barrie. We're going to take a quick break. Or are we not? No, there's some confusion. Looks like they hit the... I don't know what we're doing right now.
We're doing something.
Well, they hit the horn for the break, but I think they hit it too early. We got a little trigger happy, and you can see there the officials on the phone apologizing.
Big smile.
But now the situation... Now this takes away the icing advantage for the Barrie Colts. Now with all that confusion, now they're going to bring the... now we'll do this face-off.
There's that opportunity by Snide here. He just forces the turnover, pops in, and trying to go up over the shoulder of Fedorov, who gets a piece of that and keeps it out.
So face off to the right of Fedorov, won by the Colts. Eliasson will send this one around. Beaudoin back to the line. Von Richter takes the shot, deflected. That goes wide of the net. That was Zabeski getting a piece of it. Mason Zabeski after it in the corner. He's going to send this one around. Hemming gets a stick on it. Beaudoin surrounded by white sweaters. Shkokigan turns it over, taken there by Zabeski. Sends it to the corner. Rummel after it here. Beaudoin trying to reach around. That's going to be sent ahead. Kingwell loses it. Colts putting on more pressure here. Along the boards, Mason Zabeski. Zabeski back to the blue line. Here's Gabriel Eliasson. Back to Hemming. Takes the shot. Blocked by Shkokigan. And the 67's will move it up. Vandenberg ahead for Spencer Bowes. Bowes, he's run into the boards by Eliasson. Von Richter. Hemming. Hemming trying to find Schneid. That was just out of his reach. He recovers. Stopped by Fedorov. Carter Lowe sends it around. Schneid behind the net. Tied up there by the 67's defense. Connor Buick. That puck's going to be flipped out to center ice. Ekberg sends this one into the Barrie zone. Kayshawn Aitchison back to pick it up. Aitchison chased from behind the net. Nice work, Ekberg. Ekberg with a shot. Stopped by Hrebeck. Ekberg in front, but not able to get a stick on it. There was Bowes. Buick at the point. Fires that one wide of the net. Bowes is tied up by Passmore. He goes behind the goal. He'll send it around. Deach off the point. Trying to get a stick on it. Foster puts it down low. Loose puck picked up by Aitchison. Colts with possession, and they're going to skate it out. Carter Lowe reaches center. He's going to dump it in and goes off for a change. Fedorov behind the net. Cooper Foster back to collect it for Ottawa. He's going to go for a skate. Foster through center, dumps it in. Hanser comes up with it for the Colts. Up to McCormick. McCormick to the line, not out, kept in by Shkokigan. Shkokigan comes off the boards. Backhand, that's wide of the net. Emerton picks it up for Barrie. As we just passed the 8-minute mark of the third period, 4-1 for the Barrie Colts. Shkokigan will send it back to Morelli. There's the shot, crowd in front. Picked up by Ottawa. Ubin along the boards. He's going to send this one around. Puck bouncing the side of the net. Hrebeck wants to cover it up. McHugh is reaching for it. Now he's got some pushing and shoving there with Cole Emerton. But cooler heads will prevail, and this time we will take that TV timeout. It's 4-1 Barrie. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
Passionate content creator ready to expand your audience reach? Do you have unique stories, captivating hobbies, or special interests that deserve a spotlight? Rogers TV is here to amplify your voice within the community. We offer you the platform to broadcast your content to a wider audience. And the best part, it's completely free. Don't miss this opportunity to share your vision and engage with viewers. Find out how Rogers TV can transform your content journey today.
coming back. Emil Hemming with a goal to give the Barrie Colts a 4-1 lead. And Emil Hemming getting a goal, a pretty good sign for the Barrie Colts. This season, between the regular season and the playoffs, Barrie has a record of 22-2 when Emil Hemming gets a goal. Mike?
Thank you, Josh. And Emil Hemming had a couple of great setups in the first period. Just wanted to add to that total with the goal in the third period.
Well, look at Josh digging out the stats, eh?
Do you think he had to use his toes to count that?
Probably twice.
Probably. So look at this face-off to the right of Ben Hrebeck. Gardner's going to be tossed out, so in steps Joe Salandra. This will take this face-off against Kuda. Colts trying to send it around. It goes in the air. That's going to be batted down the ice. Morelli after it. A battle there with Wilmot. Delayed penalty call coming against the Colts. It's going to be a hook on Ben Wilmot. Fans don't like it. Shkokagin's going to go back behind his own net. Up to Morelli. Frankie Morelli sends this one across. Loose puck. Salandra gets a stick on it. We're going to get the call. So it's going to be a hook, and Ottawa, they're going to get their 5th power play of the night.
Well, the battle here, and Wilmot's going to go on the race to Morelli and just gets his stick under Morelli's stick there and lifts it and gets the gate. Ottawa 1 for 3 on the night. A chance here to get within 2 and give themselves a shot. Big power play coming up here for Ottawa.
The Ottawa 67's trying to get back into this hockey game. It was 3-1 after 2 periods of play, and then Emil Hemming extended the lead with a power play goal in the 5-minute major to Bedkowski. The 67's will win the draw. Back to Morelli at the point. Ahead for Whitehead. Back to Morelli. Whitehead again, along the boards, in front, deflected. Bodman got a stick on it. That stays in play, and Cole Bodman's going to skate it out. 2-on-1 short-handed. He's got Brad Gardner. Bodman to Gardner, but that goes over his stick. Gardner will keep that one down low. Back to pick it up is Vandenberg. Vandenberg behind his own net, gives it up to Morelli. Power play down to a minute 32 for Ottawa. Morelli sends it ahead. Whitehead, he'll dump it in. Aitchison gets to it first, and right away down the length of the ice. Morelli back to pick it up, quickly sends it up, bouncing over the stick of Whitehead. Picking up on the far side, that's Cooper Foster. Foster sending this one around. Eliasson lost his stick, Kuda after it. Passmore reaching for it. Nick Whitehead back to the point. Foster back to Whitehead. Whitehead from the corner goes to Foster. One-timer and a nice glove save by Hrebeck as he flashes the leather.
Well, Cooper Foster got that away fairly quickly, but Hrebeck, great job tracking the play there. Whitehead going to get it back here. And nice little drop there by, and Hrebeck right in position to haul that one in. Their goaltender's been sharp here tonight. Stopped 24-25.
58 seconds left in the penalty to Ben Wilmot. Colts trying to get it out. That's kept in by Ekberg. Then he gave it away, and the Barrie Colts able to get this one down the length of the ice. Puck gets away from Fedorov. Kona Shkokagan will come to pick it up as we're past the midway point of the third period. Shkokagan ahead for Ekberg. That's deflected. Aitchison back to play it. Crombie trying to clear it. That went off Bows. He keeps it in. Aitchison behind his own net. That clearing attempt goes off Ekberg. Sima putting it down low. Aitchison has it in his skates. Carter Lowe gets to it. He'll clear it out. Goes off the referee at center ice. That was Hayden Verbeek. 67's get it in. Von Richter trying to play it. He had McHugh on him. At the point, captained by Shkokagan. Shkokagan takes the shot, deflected over the net. Ekberg trying to send it back. Went off Zabeski. Zabeski along the boards. Trying to get this one out. At the point, capped in by Shkokagan. The power play has expired. That shot blocked by Zabeski. Aitchison will send it around. Parker Von Richter takes the hit from Bows. Salandra drops it back to Von Richter, and Salandra, or Zabeski rather, took a hard hit behind the net. Puck goes down the ice. They're going to wave off the icing. Rummel came back, had to play it. Sima Deep in his own zone. He'll go back to Rummel. Jaden Newton putting on pressure. Siva picks it up here for Ottawa. Spitznagel tripped up by Desiderio. Play continues. Rummel behind his own net. Now down to 8.5 minutes. Time becoming a factor here for Ottawa to try and get back into this hockey game. Skating this one up the wing is Spitznagel. Doesn't get it too far, and the Colts clear it once again. Rummel being chased by McCormick. Up to Spitznagel. Desiderio reaching for it. 67's will get it out. They're going to dump this one in. Near side. Hands are trying to get to it. McCormick can't get it out. Down low, Chitteroni. His shot stopped by Hrebeck. Loose puck picked up by Hanser. He's going to relieve the pressure and put that one down the length of the ice, and it's going to be icing.
Right now, I mean, again, you got this 3-goal lead, and obviously you don't want to completely sit back, but they've done a good job of keeping the pressure up, and what you don't want to do is give up odd man rushes, give Ottawa those quality chances. And Chitteroni with a shot there and Hrebeck there, but Barrie's done a good job for that 5-minute major, keeping a lot to the outside.
Face-off won by Ottawa. There's the shot from the point, stopped by Hrebeck. In front, puck's loose. Ottawa can't get to it. McCormick's going to get it out and send this one down the length of the ice, and that's going to be another icing call against Barrie. So the Colts can't make a line change as Ottawa came close to solving Hrebeck.
Of course, right after that, Ottawa gets a quality chance here, and nice job by Morelli just to move into that half wall, and this puck's going to come out front, bouncing around, and they just can't get their sticks on it.
Barrie Colts are going to call a timeout here as it was the fourth line that was stuck out on the ice. So Dylan Smoskowitz getting a chance here to change up the line.
Jasmine Hrebeck, not a bad decision. You know, you don't want to get caught, with a tired line out there for Dave Cameron. Hoping to get a quick one here and a couple of quick ones to give yourselves an opportunity here. This is an Ottawa team second in the most goals scored in the Ontario Hockey League, so they can put up the offense. For Barrie, it's simple, really, just try to get that puck out of the zone, work that clock as much as you can, and always a big part of that, winning draws and getting possession of that puck. What you want is possession. When you got possession, you're not defending.
Big face-off here to the right of Ben Hrebeck. Gardner is going to take the drop against Cooper Foster. Face-off won by Ottawa. Morelli takes down low. His shot on goal, and Hrebeck able to make the save as Vandenberg was trying to park himself in front, but was kept to the outside.
Keyshawn Aitchison missed those first 2 games with the suspension that he got in the final game of the regular season. What an impact he's had. Scored the winner in his first game back against Niagara in that series, and had another big night here tonight in his first game against Ottawa.
It's been an entertaining game here tonight between Barrie and Ottawa. A lot of anticipation for this second round matchup. As Foster steps in to take the draw, this time against Joe Salandra. Face-off won by Ottawa. Here's Morelli at the point, takes the shots, and Hrebeck once again able to make the glove save. So we'll do this face-off all over again as Kingwell and Aitchison exchange shoves.
Cation always takes the time to introduce himself to everybody out there.
Every time.
Brad Gardner, the former Ottawa 67, and he's pumped up for this series against his old former team.
There's a shot that goes wide of the net. Morelli after it, wrap around, in front, shot, scores! Morelli with a great setup finds Thomas Vandenberg, and the 67's, they're now within 2.
Well, hang on a sec, Vandenberg and the Ottawa 67's. There's still 7:36 remaining, and this one's going to bounce off the boards here, and Morelli just out to Vandenberg, and And the bounce, take it around the net. Vandenberg all alone there in the slot, and he buries it.
And it goes to show the importance of winning faceoffs as Ottawa putting on some pressure and getting back into this hockey game as Thomas Vandenberg now 3 goals this postseason. And more importantly, Ottawa, they're now within 2. Von Richter, he's going to take it back behind his own net. 7:17 left to go in this hockey game. Out at center, Morelli trying to get a stick on it. 67 send it up. Whitehead trying to pick it up. Is in the skates of Von Richter. Colts will get it out and down the ice. Frankie Morelli facing pressure there from Hemming. Morelli trying to keep it away from Hemming. Sends it forward to Sima. Sima forced back, goes back to Morelli. Frankie Morelli comes out from behind the net. Passes this to the wing. Here's Sima. Sima across. Von Richter picked off that pass, and the Colts take it back the other way. Here's Ben Wilmot. Wilmot skates this one in for the Colts, takes the shot. Blocked there by Rummel. Rummel comes out from behind the net. Passing this one up the wing. Sima will guide this one deep. Emerton picks it up here for the Colts. Sends it ahead. That's going to be tipped into the zone, so no icing. Back behind the net is Shkokigan. Shkokigan can't get it out. Kept in there by Emerton. Gardner trying to play it. Foster picks it up here for Ottawa. Back behind the net to Rummel. Ekberg. That pass blocked by Gardner. Colts recover. Here's Salandra at center ice. Joe Salandra trying to go around the defense, but what a play by Kona Shkokigan. Salandra, though, gets it again. He's taken into the boards. 67's with it. Foster's going to move it up. Cooper Foster reaches center ice. Weaves his way in, gives this one up. Bows, sends it down low. Back behind the net, Foster in front. And Hrebeck quickly pounces on that one. And he's going to hold on for the face-off with 5:44 remaining. We're going to take one more break. It's 4-2 Barrie. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back. Dylan Smoskowitz and Dave Cameron both have been named finalists for the Matt Layton Trophy, which is for the OHL Coach of the Year. When talking to Dylan Smoskowitz pregame about getting nominated for it, Smoskowitz, humble as ever, said, I don't really want to compare myself to Dave Cameron, a former NHL coach, considering my background is as a AA minor hockey coach. Mike?
Thank you, Josh. Yes, Dylan Smoskowitz, always humble whenever you ask him a question about personal success, as he's that type of guy that just wants to pass it on to the team and also still showing respect there to head coach Dave Cameron. Puck goes down the ice. 67's are going to pick it up. 5.5 minutes remaining in this one. Buick will send it up to Deitch. That's deflected down the ice. Ends up behind the Barrie net. Aitchison's there. Sends it around. The 67's to the net. That's taken away, and Aitchison will get it out. Aitchison through the neutral zone. Has it on the wing. That pass is blocked. 67's will get it out. Justin Hanser inside his own blue line. Sends this one ahead. That's deflected deep. Fedorov plays it off the end boards. Deitch back to collect it. Gets this one out to center. Vandenberg, he'll dump this one in. Hrebeck keeps it behind the net. McHugh putting on the pressure here. Sam McHugh trying to dig it free. Loose puck picked up by Hanser. Justin Hanser gets this one to center. Is knocked down by Morelli. Shkokigan back to Morelli. Both teams are making changes. 4:40 now left to go. Morelli up ahead to Ekberg. Ekberg sends this one into the zone. Emerton after it. Leans into Foster. Hanser gives it up to Cole Baudouin. Baudouin keeps it away from Ekberg. Reaches center, that's taken away. Now it's Sima with possession. Sima waits, fires, stopped by Hrebeck. Beaudoin there to pick it up. He'll send this one around. Morelli on the far side, loses it, picked up by Beaudoin. Chips it ahead to Zabeski, back to Justin Hanser. Hanser will skate it in for the Colts, drops it to Zabeski. His shot stopped by Fedorov. Puck goes to the corner, Beaudoin after it in a battle with Foster. Cooper Foster trying to kick this one ahead to Ekberg. That rolls towards the net. Morelli will come up with it. Morelli, backhand pass. Ekberg receives it at center. He's going to dump it in. That goes over the net. Gabriel Eliasson there to play it. He'll send it back to Von Richter. Eliasson receives the pass up the wing. Picked up here by Salandra. He'll dump it in. Salandra gets it again for the Colts. He'll enter the zone. Joe Salandra takes the shot. That went off the stick of Rummel. Wilmot keeping it down low. Salandra behind the net. Lost his stick in the process. Brad Gardner will find it. Sends this one around. After it on the near side is Wilmot. Trying to keep that one down low. Bows comes up with it now for the 67. Salandra reaching for it. Ottawa with possession. Caleb Deitch. He'll collect it at center. Backhand pass just out of the reach of Bows. Bows trying to put it out in front. Eliasson's there for the Colts. Sends this one forward. Salandra chips this one out. Here's Ben Wilmot. Wilmot dumps it in. Both teams are making changes. Morelli will come back to pick it up here for Ottawa. Morelli up to Whitehead. Whitehead nearly lost it. He'll dump it in. Aitchison, first one on it for the Colts. Morelli tracks that one down at center. Goes back to Buick. Buick back to Morelli. Morelli up the middle, deflected into the Barrie zone, rolls on net. Hrebeck thought about playing it, but decides to hold on with 2:25 remaining.
2:25 left. The Colts being careful, but Hrebeck not taking any chances. Game 2 back for Barrie here, 7:30 on Saturday. And Ottawa came into town yesterday, and Colts, when the series switches to Ottawa next Tuesday, I'm sure the Colts will head up a day earlier. And it's playoff time. These teams want to make sure that you got no bust legs and you're ready.
Well, it's all about the game within the game, and even comes down to the logistics for preparing for each game. It's been a good battle here tonight between Barrie and Ottawa. Right now, Barrie up 4-2. That'd be the first, if they can hold on to it, it'd be the first home win of the season. There's an empty net. That's blocked. Getting in the way of that was Spencer Bows. So the 67's have the extra attacker. Puck's on the wing for Cooper Foster. Foster sends it ahead. Vandenberg across, but not able to get a stick on it was Kuda. Puck comes back to the point. Morelli up to Whitehead. That's blocked. Whitehead able to recover. Vandenberg to the net. Forced to the outside by Zabeski. Passmore. Vandenberg takes it away. Kuda on the wing. Goes back to Morelli. Morelli turns around. Goes back to Kuda at the point. Takes the shot. Deflected. That's going to go wide. Foster on the far side. Cooper Foster back behind the net for Whitehead. Nick Whitehead sets up Morelli. Morelli at the blue line, takes the shot, blocked in front. Schneid gets to it. That's going to go down the ice. Chasing after it is Crombie. He won't have enough steam as Morelli gets to it first. Foster trying to get by Zabeski. He's going to dump it in. Hrebeck behind the net. There's an empty cage. The fans want him to shoot, but he decides to pass. Von Richter, he'll send this one around. Foster gets to it first. We're approaching the final minute of the third period. Ottawa down by 2. They turn it over. Emil Hemming with that empty net. He'll skate it ahead. Goes to Beaudoin. It goes off his skate. Vandenberg's going to drop this one back to Foster. Mishkakagin reaches center ice. He'll skate this one in. Nice move there, but stopped by Aitchison. Beaudoin trying to get it out. Blocked by Ekberg. He dives for it. Sima back to the line, but Foster can't hold it. Beaudoin trying to dig this one free. That's center. Hemming with the empty cage. His shot's blocked. 32 seconds remaining. Ekberg in his own zone. He'll pass this one up to McHugh. That doesn't connect. And that's now icing against Ottawa, so Ryder Fedorov will have to go back into his net.
Well, Ottawa almost came close to getting this game within one, and Colts doing a nice job. Beaudoin along the boards bowing to get the puck out. And Fedorov has to go back with a face-off in the Ottawa zone, just 26.7 seconds away. The Colts kill off these final seconds to take game one, but this Ottawa team, they came close to making it 4-3 there.
Well, with the firepower up front, Ottawa is never out of it. As they were generating their chances, shots now even at 34 apiece. As Fedorov goes back in his net, faceoff will come to his right. Wilmot taking the draw. Simo will win this one back. Kingwell passing that one forward, up the wing. Here's Ekberg. Fedorov's going off for the extra attacker. That's tipped wide of the net by Kingwell. McHugh with possession along the boards. Kingwell collects it here for Ottawa. Sends it back to the point. Ishkok again, 10 seconds. Takes the shot, rolls towards the net. That's knocked aside. Ekberg back to Ishkok again. 4 seconds. There's the shot blocked. Goes to the corner. Colts get to it. And they'll send this down the ice at the buzzer as the Barrie Colts open the second round with a 4-2 victory on home ice against the Ottawa 67's.
Oh, Simic and Elias, Simic having a few words there after, but the Barrie Colts, that quick start, 2 goals. A little over 5 minutes into this game, the difference here tonight. The 67's try to battle back, but that big power play goal to start the third after that 5-minute spearing match penalty to David Budkowski. Moves large, the 67's got one here in the third, but Benarabic, he was solid all night, made a couple of big-time spots. That one right at the end of the second period to keep it at 3-1, and the Barrie Colts have drawn first blood here in the second round series.
And it looked like the Ottawa 67's were trying to skate off with the game-winning puck, and the linesman now going to the tunnel. There you see him coming out, had to go and retrieve that game-winning puck. It's what a series, and this is just getting underway. Game number one. It's been entertaining, a 4-2 final for the Barrie Colts, and it's the first time a home team has won a game this season between these two teams.
Well, gotta love it. I mean, I think really had a little bit of everything and what we expected. I mean, we expected a physical match. It was that. And as you look at Desiderio and Beaudoin, playing rock, paper, scissors to see who goes off first. Customary, but I think it was a little bit of everything what we expected. We saw some big hits. Keyshawn H. saying, it was as physical as we thought. It was a tight hockey game. I mean, Barrie got off to that good start. Saw some big stops by both goaltenders. The specialty teams played a role in this one. Pretty much what we expected for round one. And it sets up a beauty for game two on Saturday night.
It's going to be a lot of fun back here at the Sadlin Arena, but we're going to take a quick break before we join Josh McCann at ice level. It's a 4-2 final. You're watching Georgian College OHL Hockey on Rogers TV.
After a night out with your friends, not having a plan for a safe ride home can leave you in a bad spot. You could end up riding in a police car, an ambulance, or a hearse. These unplanned modes of transportation can be a costly choice and do not take you home. Your plan could include a designated driver, a taxi, or public transit. Drink responsibly.